Yeah, the Cosmos era is a similar way of measuring time. Um,
Mhm. In
the
increments of how much? What is a unit of time in the Cosmos era?
well, each arc cycle is a roughly 3,000 year period, but there's different blocks of time that are different measurements of time.
Hmm.
Um, so a cycle or an arc cycle is
Hmm.
is generally 3,000 years. The Cosmos arc cycle began in 1848, and we're
Hmm.
currently into the 170th year of that
Hmm.
3,000 year arc, which the word cosmon means balance. It actually means right now, today, but it also carries with it the understanding of the coming of balance between spirituality or spiritual things and physical things, um, amongst all of humanity collectively. So the planet, in a sense, right now, our
So it
Earth.
talks. So it talks about the metaphysical and the physical.
What talks about it?
What you kind of described.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's definitely everything is one. You know what I'm saying? Physical and spirituality is really one. Um, your spirit exists within your physical body, and when your physical body, your mortality sheds, your spirit will continue on. You know what I'm saying?
Is that subjective?
It's practical. There's a practical framework for it,
Mm-hmm.
an objective. See,
Because nobody can let it.
I'm an objective spiritualist,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not based on what I
Because
believe.
I can never have win a conversation with a person like that because everything they say would be based upon, like even with the debate I got coming up about African spirituality, I feel as if the brothers, you know, is so for instance, um, if he attributes everything to a deity, right? Technology or engineering or the pyramids, you may say the pyramids. Well, Africans had science because they built the pyramids. Well, no, that might not be science. If they're attributing the success of that to a particular deity or a god, right?
Well, objectively, the pyramids are a structure. We can see it, so
Hmm. So is that
we can.
engineering or is that
Right.
okay? Hmm.
Objectively, as we look at it, we
Hmm.
see engineering, we see mathematics. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying, that can't
But
be
but somebody
subjectively.
like but somebody like you would say that knowledge came from God.
No. Well, well, all knowledge, wisdom,
Hmm.
and light in the whole cosmos comes from the Creator, the
See?
source of all knowledge. He's the Creator is the only one that can call himself all knowledge, the one who comprehends all things, past, present, future. There's nothing that the Great Spirit don't know. See what I'm saying?
Is there
So
is there is it
anything that we receive,
mhm.
anytime that you consider a thought and it makes sense to you and you figure it out and you gain that wisdom, that light was turned on by the Great Spirit, the source of all wisdom. You dig what I'm saying? You didn't just come
So
up with that on your own. That it makes sense because the Creator turned the light on in your mind.
wisdom and knowledge equals understanding.
Correct. So any and all knowledge, wisdom, understanding, discernment, discretion, um, all of that comes from the source of it.
Uh-huh.
See what I'm saying?
But I don't attribute that source to a deity.
Me neither.
Or-
The Creator is not a deity. The Creator, the Great Spirit, the source of all, is not a deity, a God, a Lord. Matter of fact, the reality, the practical way of understanding it
Mhm.
is to know that all deities or gods were once mortals like us. A
So
God, Lord, Lord God. Uh, those are all titles given to angels who are high raised
you
in the
anthropomorphize spirits and give them human attributes to better
no, no, no,
understand.
no, 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 no. So the thing about it is, all spirits um of the dead
See.
are still alive. Wait, let me finish my statement. Let me land my plane real quick so I can make it clear to you what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
All angels are one time mortals. Simple and plain, practically speaking. So when you die, You're no
Mm.
longer considered a mortal. You will be called a angel or spirit, right?
So that's unpractical because I've never.
So what is your grandmama? Where's your grandmama? The one, your great great grandmama that passed on. Where is she? Where is her spirit residing? What
I
is she
don't.
doing? Right? What is she doing right now?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm
Hopefully,
saying.
hopefully,
And that's an
hopefully,
honest. That's
hopefully,
an honest.
yeah.
That's a very honest answer because
Hopefully,
the thing is,
looking down on me, but I don't. I really don't know. And that's the
of
thing.
course.
Nobody has ever came back and told anybody anything.
Well,
So,
the most practical way that I have found in my study of over 20 years is that our spirits and the spirits of our ancestors who passed are still conscious and living, doing things right now today in the atmosphere that wraps around the earth. So when
so
you say
you
where,
believe in
when
so
somebody
you
asks me
believe
where
in
my grandma,
so you
oh,
believe
go
in
ahead.
sort of a purgatory sort of a state, right?
It's not a purgatory state. It's just the progression of man after mortality. It's a
Well, they
practical.
haven't.
What
Why don't? Well, why? When are they going to transition?
they already had. See, the spiritual plane. See, this is what you got to see. The atmosphere that wraps around the earth we call heaven. That let me ask you this question: do you feel like the heavens that wrap around the earth are just a barren waste place?
Brother, just before we say this, because you believe in the Earth's vortex, I don't. Do
No, no,
you
no, no,
believe
no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
Earth's
no, no. I'm
vortex?
saying
I
the
don't believe in that.
atmosphere. I'm saying
Uh,
the atmosphere that you breathe. That the heaven. When you go outside your front door and you look upward in the sky, do you believe that atmosphere, those heavens, are just a barren wasteland and there's nothing there?
Mm, no, I don't believe that. I don't.
Okay, okay. So
I
you
believe
don't
in it. I believe there's something
unseen
outside. Yeah,
in the
of course,
unseen world, the
of course.
spiritual world. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to explain to you now is that I
Spiritual
don't
world.
believe that is I agree with you. I don't believe that is a barren waste either. I matter of fact, I wouldn't say believe, but I damn near could I know that the spirits of the dead are living in the kingdoms that we can't see in the atmosphere, as above, so below. So just like we on the earth, we have governments, we have schools, we got hospitals, we got places of recreation, we got places to go to study and learn of the
If I
all of that's
wanted to,
going on right around us in the atmosphere, unseen
okay.
to mortals.
So if I wanted to describe that spirit as energy, would you be opposed to that?
Are you energy and motion?
Yes.
Okay, so no, I would not be opposed to that. All spirits are energy. All of us
Okay.
contain are a source of energy that is sparked from the source of all, the great spirit. We're connected directly to source. There is no middleman. There's no God or no savior or no Lord between you and the creator who made you.
You made yourself.
In your spirit, there's a place.
From what you said, you made yourself because
No, I
if
didn't
you
say that. The creator created all that I see and that I am.
well, you are the
All that
creator.
my body contains came from the creator.
You are the creator. Well, the creator.
I'm a
Well,
co-creator.
Let
Co-creator.
me
Yeah.
say it like this: the creator would be when all of the energies are back to the original source at one.
The
That is the
source of all
creator.
life. The source of
Yeah,
all life.
which would be masculine and feminine
Correct. He's
energies both
correct.
combined to
I
be
agree.
that.
Correct.
So
100%. The creator, and
you refer.
to double down on what you're saying, the great spirit is all. Simply put, in the most simplest way you can understand it, everything that is a part of the source of all.
Do you have female angels in your doctrine?
Of course. Matter of fact, the highest raised angel to ever come to our particular planet, Earth, was a woman.
Really?
And matter of fact, if you understand, once you understand what lords, gods, and saviors and all the ranks of angels are, you'll understand that the God of the earth, we don't even have a God of our earth today. We actually have a goddess.
Okay.
The God of our earth today is a female.
Let me ask you some better questions then, because I'm not familiar with your doctrine very well, but so because it sounds like a little like Gnosticism, because it sounds like the person who is uh, reported to start your theology had a divine revelation. Is that correct?
What'd you do? You just Google some shit real quick.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm rolling up right now. Actually, I'm on top of my head, but
I'm
is
about
that
to
not?
roll up. I'm about to roll up right now. I just said that. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
nah. So basically, all
That
spiritual
explains it.
all spiritual texts on the whole planet. I don't care what spiritual text you're reading: Quran, Kabbalah, Bible, OSP, Ethiopian. Any spiritual text that you read on the planet has been purported to come from an unseen source or an angel or the
exactly
spiritual
a
world or
revelation.
God. You see what I'm saying? All the prophets receive revelations from the spiritual plane. Am I
So,
lying or am I? Or is that true?
so could you receive a revelation?
Well, yeah, we do it constantly. Every single person, every day.
Hmm.
But the Creator doesn't teach what the highlight, the higher light of His truths. He don't teach it over here in America one way, and then have it taught differently or the same but differently in another place. All the Creator's logic and understanding and doctrine are all cohesively one. When he say thou shalt not kill in the Bible, he say thou shalt not kill in Quran, thou shalt not kill in Kabbalah. Everything says thou shalt not kill. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's the golden rule in every spiritual text.
So, is the Owaski a continuation of any other older traditions from the Bible? Is he supposed to be
No,
like a prophet after Muhammad?
nah. The
Mhm.
OSP ain't nothing like Bible, Quran, the Book of Mormon. It ain't like none of that shit.
It's
You
a
have
different.
to when you read it. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100% on some wisdom shit with you. If you want to be wise and smart, just download the PDF version of OSP online and just start reading it, and you're gonna start to see for yourself what the fuck it's about. Y'all nigga, everybody on
Man,
here want to
So,
argue and fuss and fight about this, but I have multiple OSPs and I've been reading that shit for 4 years straight. And I got big homies like Selah Shalom, Cosmon Cal, Malachi Maccabee. Them niggas been studying OSP 10, 12, 15, 16 years.
mhm.
And they're
yeah, you
niggas.
can tell when they talk too.
And you know what I'm talking about? And
Like
it ain't
those
nothing.
are the
It's
biggest.
nothing.
Those are
It's
the
nothing.
biggest idiots on
It's nothing.
online,
See, you
bro.
see how my homie just started talking slanders in an OSP? It's nothing
No, I'm not
evil.
talking slanderers.
There's
They're
nothing. There's
trash.
nothing.
The
There's
Waspi
nothing
is
evil.
trash, bro.
Wait,
It's
hold
the
on.
most
Have you? But see,
trash.
but what I'm
But
trying to
It's
tell
the
y'all
you,
right,
most
yes,
trash
y'all
book
right.
you can read.
It is trash, y'all right. But
if
guess
you
what?
haven't read it, if
The
you
brother.
haven't
No,
read it,
wait, y'all
my
right,
nigga,
real
you ain't
quick.
gonna know.
Hold on, because I was just finna say this in your defense. Brother, y'all right. He seems to be different than the other ones. Like he has more of a practical outlook on things. Like I probably like he might if it's some bullshit in there, watch me. He'd be like, "Yeah, bro, I don't agree with that, but I take the
Oh
practical."
hell yeah, bro! I'm with that with any
Yeah,
book.
King J.
I'm
See,
with that
I
with
see King
Bible.
J.
See that?
One
That's the
thing
thing about
about you,
me, bro.
bro.
Like
I
when it.
appreciate
Oh,
your
I'm sorry.
movement towards unity all the time, bro. But some of this shit, man, you can't synthesize
But
with
I'm gonna keep
logic.
it 100%, man. In the creative gang, it's you gonna keep it real first. So if I read something in a Watchby that's evil, I'm gonna say that shit sounds off. If I read something in Bible that say something off, I'm gonna say that shit off. If I read something in Quran or Mormon, whatever the fuck the book is, you see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass
Language,
man.
gentlemen, language.
Oh, excuse me. I'm a grown man, bro, and I don't have to lie
So
to myself.
here's the problem with the Owaspy and a lot of other things, right? So
What's the problem?
I hear more to the Torah. Here's the problem with the Owaspy, right? Is that you can clearly see where and how it was constructed, right?
Is that a bad
When
thing or a good thing?
no, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
We can't
It's
clearly we can clearly
horrible.
see how the Bible was. Let me
It's
I'm gonna let you
horrible.
talk.
No,
Go ahead.
because no, because I'm taking from the words of the creator of the Owaspy himself.
Sound like you
Okay.
about to start lying on some shit, but go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm about to lie on you and everybody else you claim that reads that trash. So the problem with this is, right, is that first it's based and steeped in white supremacy.
Lies.
Now,
You ain't
those
read the
of
book
you who
clearly.
adhere to it, watch your mouth, man. Those of
You
you
already
that
lying.
adhere to it,
I don't know who's
those of
talking right
you
now,
that,
but he's lying.
first of all, listen, that's the problem. Those of you that adhere
Please,
to
one
it,
mic, Judah. You did
All
this
right, let me
last
roll this
time. You
blunt.
made me
yeah,
I'm gonna mute
heard.
my mic.
those
I'm
of
gonna mute
you,
my mic and roll this blunt while you spew these lies. Go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever talking.
yeah, just don't swallow it. So those of you that adhere to it often overlook the fact that it tells you that whites are superior to blacks. It's right in the text. So, and just so you'll know, probably in this community, outside of the clowns you just named, I'm probably the one that has studied the Owaspy more than anyone else. You can actually go on my channel and see the breakdown. So I'm not just up here slandering, right? I'm just telling you what I know about it. So when you deal with Nubral, like, he takes parts of Buddhism, he takes parts of Catholicism, he takes parts of Christianity, he takes parts of Zoroastrianism, he takes parts of things that he learned from Madame Blavatsky. He takes things that that he learned from his travels abroad, and so he meshes them together. So it is clear, right? So when he writes things that he claims that he receives this ethereal knowledge of, that at one point Ra or Asar was the god of the world. Then he punches a time card, and then Yahweh takes over, who's ruling the world now. Then at one point it was some other god that was in control of the world. It's a hodgepodge of psychedelic tropes. It has no basis. It starts to, and so what he does is, it's real funny. Uh, he just takes what he already has acquired. Say, like the term Jehovah, right? Simply because he changes a vowel in it does not mean he's getting some type of original knowledge. All he's doing is playing games with the text. Nobody even rocks with the. Here's the problem: the founders of these different types of religions, most of them have found to be either schizophrenic or have some type of mental issue, or involved in some type of pedophilia or child sacrifice. These things are prevalent all in the history of Owaspy. I'm doing a series now on the Nation of Islam. Like this, these things are prevalent.
Hmm.
A lot of these were COINTELPRO programs, whether people understand it or not. Um, they were created to infiltrate black communities. Like, you could read the Owaspy today, and I promise you, if you didn't know that it was coming or it was labeled the Owaspy, you think you're reading the Epstein files. That's a fact.
I'm reading. I understand, crazy. I just want to ask the brother something real quick in regards to his text and see what he agreed in kind of regards to what you just said, Yara. So it says in the Lord's fifth book, chapter 118, it says, "Shall ye not wed with the drooks, the dark people, lest your seed be polluted?" So that's one example I want to give to the brother. And then it says here in Owaspy's Lord's fifth book, chapter 117, it says, "The Lord singled out the purest and married them, giving two women to one man according to the law. And the heirs of the wisest and most virtuous were wiser than their parents." So I just wanted to ask the brother what he thought about those two verses in particular.
All right. Oh man. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So let me say a couple things. I'm gonna answer your questions first and foremost. First of all, the term druk in Owaspy has nothing at all to do with skin color or race. Did y'all hear what I said?
I hear you, brother. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So the word druk has nothing to do with skin color or race, and it has specifically to do with when it says dark, it's talking about your spirit being dark, your spiritual grade being low, demonic, meaning you're a warrior, a murderer. Those are dark people. A pedophile, that's a dark person. So when you say the word drunk, It's a dangerous spirit or a dangerous mortal. Well, actually, a drug would be a dangerous mortal, like Donald Trump, like Benjamin Netanyahu. Those are drugs. And they're not black, are they? No, these are white men. So a drug could be of any race. You got niggas that walk down the streets and shoot a nigga for another brother for having a different color on. That's a drug. Does that make practical sense to y'all?
No, because that's not what New Bro actually writes and says. He says the exact opposite.
With your spiritual grade. Okay, so if you, and it also has to do with being able, with being incapable of receiving spiritual light, right? So a person like Yara, who's talking to me now, he's incapable of understanding what the hell I just said. A drug don't have nothing to do with skin color, according to Owaski. Matter of fact, the copper-colored people in Owaski are the highest raised spiritual people in the book. The brown-skinned people in Owaski are the actual highest spiritual people in the entire world. If you ever read Owaski for yourself, you would clearly read that. But since y'all just want to talk mess out y'all milly mouths, disingenuous, and shows your lack of understanding, man. It shows y'all are actually acting like drugs.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But New Bro said that the drugs would be equivalent to the Hindu people or the Indians. So those are who he calling the drugs, and that's because he traveled over in those areas.
You drug.
He traveled over. Hold on, he traveled in those areas.
Donald Trump is a drug. Benjamin Netanyahu is
more Mike Cosma. Let y'all bro.
Hold on, bro. Listen, bro.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna mute my mic.
What I'm telling you is that the author, the originator, the person who created the term drug and defined it does not agree with you. He tells us that the copper-colored people are the much more higher civilizations of people because he studied for years in India. And that's who he would call the copper.
About? What the hell are you
called the copper-colored people?
On some real shit. What in the hell are you
talking
about?
Your language, sir.
I'm talking
language and decorum. Prince Cosma. Hold on.
Language. I respect you. A1. You already know I respect you, cuz.
Like the referee, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you know I respect you. You know I respect you, A1. My bad.
I know, but I want you to respect yourself.
I'm gonna keep it light.
By watching how you respect yourself.
Yeah, it's all love, my bro. I just get frustrated when people just come on here and just start lying, bro.
But like I said,
read Owaski. Hold on. You haven't read the book for yourself. You Googling stuff.
Wait, no. It's on y'all right out. It's actually on y'all right to finish. I made him stop so that way I can tell you to stop.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, cool. Okay. Yeah, I think the brother just didn't listen to what I said initially when I came on here. Like I've done several series. I've even debated against your brothers. So I have several teachings and breakdowns on the Owaspis, the origin of it. You can go on my channel now.
Very good.
On the New Torah movement, and I break down and I talk about New Bro and the Owaspi. I talk about the Faithist movement. I talk about the people that he Man of Owaski, the people that he gleaned from. I talk about
we do the same thing. If y'all follow our channel,
that's cool.
But we bring out the actual truth, and we bring out the actual reality of who John Nubro was. What he's, matter of fact, it's written in Owaski. If you ever read Owaski, John Nubro's statement on how it came to be is plain as day in the introduction. It's not rocket science. Ain't nothing trying to be hidden and no secret. Bro. It's plain. Okay. If you learn how to read and just think for yourself, you will be able to clearly understand. If you really searching for the creator, if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, you can read any book. But the point is, how can you apply these spiritual practices to become a better human being to serve others? That's true.
I'll tell you why.
So like my brother, like my brother was saying earlier, see, y'all worship deities, y'all worship gods. A god ain't nothing but a title given to an angel in the unseen heavens, right above your head. So if you worshiping God, God was once immortal. All angels were once mortals like us. You ain't supposed to be worshiping no deity at all. The creator is not a god. You see what I'm saying? Owaski teaches
I see
shows you all
nothing
of
of
that.
what you're saying. So when you say New
You worship
World
Jesus,
talks
right? You
about,
worship Yeshua,
when you
right?
talk about, no, I do not worship Jesus. No, I don't. When
Or
you talk
Yeshua, I
about
mean, you
New
worship
World,
Yeshua. You a black
when you
Hebrew,
talk
right?
about, hold on, when you said you made a statement, you said New World talks about himself. He breaks himself down in the book. That's wholly untrue. The Waspy that you guys are reading was changed after his death
No, it
because of
wasn't, bro.
some of
We
the
got the
fantastic.
original plates. You see,
It
unlike
would.
you, y'all don't
Can
have
I
the
finish my
original Ten
statement?
Commandments. I'm just saying, you
Can
talking, you talking
can
crazy.
I finish my statement?
Go ahead, I'm
I've done
money.
the work already, so I'm not just talking. I've done the work
You are
already. I've done
just
the
talking
research.
because we actually do the word. You
Prince
No,
not
I've done the work
Cosman.
already.
Prince Cosman. You gotta let him finish, and then you respond, and he
Yeah,
lets you
yeah, I've done the work.
finish.
Yeah, this is not
I
any.
know
I
it's
mean, this
it's
is
triggering sometimes when people are
yeah,
coming for what you study and believe in. Uh, but you got it.
yeah,
Take a deep breath. You got it. Hit that L and let y'all right land the plane. Go ahead, y'all right.
yeah. You gotta. I mean, anybody can study it. After John Newsbro died, the people that picked up the movement after him, they rewrote the first part, the introduction of the Owaspy that Newsbro wrote, because it was too fanatical and too fantastical. So when they began this journey to the faith, they're now called the faith
Hey, is that
movement.
my phone doing that? Y'all right, you cutting up.
Yeah, that's yeah, right.
It might be me. Can y'all hear me better?
We can hear you
Yeah,
better
you were
now.
just going in and out a little bit.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. So when the faith in the faithless movement, after Newborough died, they had to rewrite it, right?
You still doing
They
it?
is it still me?
Mm.
Yeah, they had to rewrite it because it was too unbelievable that they were losing people. I'm in contact constantly, at least twice a month, with someone who was a part of the WASP and Faith movement. So he sends me his work all the time. Yeah, that's a nice book. He sends me his work all the time. It's what he does. Um, he breaks this down. So uh, he's been on my channel several times before. I've interviewed him. He's actually a part of the WASP. So what is clear to him and even other faiths is that what you guys are doing are synthesizing it so that it appeals to blacks, and it was never written for black people. Newsboro says that. He says that black people or drugs where black people could not even have the capacity to understand it. So that's why he says that.
Are you done?
Hey,
Thank you for that. Thank you for speaking those words. I appreciate it. I appreciate you bringing light to this so we can clarify some things. I'm gonna go. I just showed you. I got the book of the OSB right in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and turn to the glossary dealing with this drug concept and just read in the glossary OSB. Since y'all don't read it, I'm gonna read it for you. All right. The term drug in OSB. Hold on. Let me get to it. It is a low-level mortal, one who desires no spiritual light, one who cannot understand spirituality, an evil man, comma, a warrior. Has nothing to do with skin color. It has everything to do with your lifestyle. Are you able to receive spiritual light or not? Yes or no? If not, you're a drug. Wait, hold on. Are you an evil man, a warrior like Donald Trump or like Benjamin Netanyahu? Is your matter of fact, do you serve a God who claims to be a man of war? If so, when you analyze yourself, you can determine if you're a drug or not. If I tell you the creator says, thou shalt not kill, but in your mind, you feel like you got a right to kill, then you're a drug. If the creator say, love your neighbor as yourself, but you determine within your own heart that you can hate your brother, then you're a drug, no matter what color your skin is. You dig that? Do you comprehend that spiritual light? Yes or no? If not, you're a drug.
Okay, I think he's not. That is a modern interpretation. That is not the original interpretation that John Newsburn intended. It's not what he wrote. Because if you go into the actual Owaspy and read it, it'll tell you that the drugs were dark complected people. Now, for those of you who continue to say, "Oh, a drug can be anybody," no, that's
You
not
still
what.
choppy, Yara. You real choppy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Hey,
He
It does.
choppy because I'm cutting him up like a tree.
I want to ask the brother something. What's the difference between this Owaspy and Gnosticism? Or have you heard of Gnosticism?
Yeah.
I asked him about that earlier in regards to people receiving
Y'all been
revelation.
asking me a lot of questions, and I think I've been answering them pretty clearly and directly. I was going
It's
to ask
just
a question.
a different doctrine. You're not saying anything different than anybody else, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Most of y'all in here,
Yeah,
well, I don't know how
enlightenment,
all y'all think.
that come out of the Gnostics.
Can y'all hear me? I was going to ask a question. I don't know. I'm just going to ask a blanket question. If you worship God, somebody need to mute their mic. I can hear somebody echoing Sonnet or something. But I was saying, most of y'all tote the Bible, the Torah, and the God of the Torah he states that he's a man of war. And in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 3, he commands King Saul to go into Amalek and kill everything living, including the suckling babies, the titty babies, the ones still on the mama nipple. Right? He says slaughter them. And then in the prophetic verse in the book of Psalms, chapter 39, I believe, it states that Israel is one day gonna make their enemies their slaves, and they're gonna take their babies and dash their heads against the stone. That's commanded by the God of the Bible. So my question to y'all who tote the Torah is, on that day when that quote unquote prophecy is fulfilled, are you prepared and willing, and will you dash your enemies' babies' heads against the stone? Yes or no? Be careful, because if you answer wrong, it's going to prove if you were drunk or not. Whether you white, black, brown, purple, blue, or pink. Are you going to kill the babies when that day comes? Yes or no?
Yo, Capone, you came back. You ready for that conversation?
I told you, bro. Pick a hole. Yeah, I'm back. I'm ready. What's up?
Wait, is that in the Owaspy, Prince Cosmo?
No, that's in the King James Version Torah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what? Because I'm playing chess, but I'm paying attention, but I'm not really paying attention.
You will never hear Jehovah, the Great Spirit, the one ever present, inspiring you to kill anybody in a while. You only see evil shit like that in the King James Version Torah.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas want to talk mess about Owaspy, but your Torah is commanding the murder of innocent babies. And historically, your people did it over and over and over, even to the point of eating their own children in the land of Babylonian captivity. They ate their own babies, and God told them that they was gonna do that.
Woohoo, man!
You see what I'm saying? So y'all got issues in your book before you start trying to come over here to the Owaspy talking mess that you ain't even read Owaspy. I've been reading Bible since I was born.
Mm-hmm.
My granddaddy was a pastor. My daddy was a pastor. My brother's a pastor. My brother-in-law is a pastor. All I do is read Bible. in spiritual text my whole life. When I came into this Owaspy, nigga, I was like, yo, Owaspy means earth, sky,
What's
spirit.
the 10 Commandments?
Look, the 10 Commandments is have no other creator above the great spirit, number one. And to love your neighbor as yourself, to not kill, to keep the Shabbat. You dig what I'm saying? To honor your mother and your father, you know, to not covet, to not commit adultery against your wife. That's the 10 Commandments. I know them by heart. I grew up memorizing that shit every morning.
That wasn't 10. That wasn't 10.
Which one I missed? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder.
You said about 5, 6.
No, nigga, we gonna start from the top. Have no other gods before the great. The one I said is don't have no images of anything in the heavens above on the earth,
idols.
Earth, and bow down yourself and worship them for that's idolatry, right? We got a problem with most of y'all niggas who worship a man sitting on a throne up in heaven that you call the Son of God. Y'all worship a man. That's an idol. That it has form and figure. See, Owaspy teaches you that the Great Spirit is everywhere in all places right now today, giving life to all. And you can't see the Creator with your eyes like you see a man sitting on a throne.
The scriptures don't say that you can see him. So
no. The Bible teaches you that your God is Jesus or Yeshua. You worship him, and he's gonna judge the world one day. He's gonna come back with 10,000s of thousands.
Okay, but according to that, where does it say that we saw him?
Wait, Abraham said he saw him. Jacob said he saw him. Matter of fact, Jacob wrestled him.
What does it say? What does it say? It says 3 men appeared unto Abraham.
That y'all consider to be Yahweh or the Trinity or the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
I mean, there was 3 angels.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. And a God ain't nothing more than an angel who was once a mortal man. That's what's in the Bible. God.
All right, bro. King J, you ready, bro? You ready to finish this, or you still, or you getting whooped over there?
I'm right here. I'm ready to. It's really been over. You ran off when we started talking about Eartha.
I ain't running. I had to go do something, bro. That's all. I'm back now. I've been back. I heard y'all cutting y'all up over here.
Y'all dollars a butter knife. He ain't cutting nothing.
So basically,
like James Brown said,
we left off with the Greeks, right? We left off with the Greeks
talking loud, but ain't saying nothing.
Me messing up the definition of a Chaldean.
The argument is really just in between Chaldean and Kasdim, but you I don't see how you getting mixed up because
Chaldean is Kasdim.
That's the error you're making. It's two different people.
No, they not.
The Chaldean. No, brother, listen. My argument will be that the Chaldean are strictly a southern Iraqi Chaldeans that don't come until the 900.
Wait. King J, for the sake of argument, can you not use modern geographical terms?
I'm not.
Ancient geographical locations.
So, brother, that's why it's anachronistic because they don't exist. You're the one who's doing that.
You're the one. You being anachronistic. You talking about southern Iraq? We not, we not talking about before they even had Iraq. We talking about Mesopotamia.
Brother, it wasn't. So you saying that the name was Mesopotamia in 2000 BC?
No, I'm saying to refer to this place in ancient time is either Sumer or Mesopotamia. That's the correct scholastic way to refer to this location that we're talking about.
No, it's actually an It's actually in a CAD. So there's actually those locations. So you can actually say It's in southern. Yeah, I mean, so that's fine. I don't Sumer, right? CAD, those locations. So I mean, you can say that. That's not. Those are the right terms. I would say this. Iraq. You got Iraq, Nippur, Tusa. Those are the southern locations. So when they're talking about Kasdim, we are particularly talking about a time period 2000 BC. Kasdim exists 2000 BC. Kaldu do not.
Right.
That's the distinction.
So now I see your
Kasdim
problem that you having.
Kasdim exists. And why do Kasdim exist? Kasdim exists in 2000 BC because Kasdim are the freaking nephews of Abraham.
So historically,
900 BC they don't exist.
so historically, do Kasdim exist?
So this is what happened. 900 BC, the word Kaldu and the word Kasdim both mean Chaldean. When
So
the Greeks translated the word Chaldo, it's CHLDOI, Chaldoi, right? Chaldean. That's
that's how you say it in Greek.
right.
With the
They're
OI,
translating exactly. So there's the confusion lies between Kasdim and Kaldu. We know Kaldu don't come until 900 BC. So when they're saying Ur of Kasdim, we have to understand they're talking about the nephews of Nahor, or I mean the nephews of Abraham, which are the sons of his brother Nahor.
Hey, I got a question because I'm listening to y'all conversation. And you said that they were around 900 BC, right? I mean 9,000. What'd you say it was?
My argument is that Urfa exists. Is contemporary with Gobo Tepe about 9,000 BC.
9,000, 12,000 BC. Go back like Tepe. Go back like Tepe.
Go back like Tepe. Go back to 9,000 BC though.
No, 12. Go back like Tepe. Go back 12,000 BC.
I'll be fair with that. So we can range from 12,000 to 9,000.
Yeah. Well, it ain't 12,000. It's
yeah. If you look it up right now, it's gonna say 12,000.
Right. So this strengthens my argument as a northern location, because the brother has no argument. The only thing your argument.
So you said okay, but the Jebek go back like
Tepe. You slowly, kind of gradually, like the brother might be right.
No, because I can show you where. Bro, you roll, bro.
Let me ask you.
When you get Babylon, so how did Babylon get established? If it's
hold on, before we go that far,
the problem lies.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you
about you got the Tower of Babel before.
Well, let me help you out. Let me help you out because the problem lies with the timeline, my bro.
Exactly.
You hear what I'm saying? The biblical timeline is off.
For the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, but just stay right here real quick, upon. So I want to ask you a question, a logical question, because I'm being logical. If Urfa is, how far is Urfa from Gobel Tepe?
I don't know. You said it's like 40 miles away or something like that.
Miles.
I'm not familiar with Urfa, but you go ahead.
It's 8 miles. Trust me, it's 8 miles from Gobel Tepe.
Okay. So, I will be by the time this debate, though.
And then we see Haran 16 miles from there. We see Nahor, we see Sareg, we see Taraki. We see all these within a 30-mile radius of each other. This is in northern Turkey. These are these. So when they're saying Kasdim, these are the people who you're talking about. What you keep saying when you talk about these magi, these magicians, these are who they're talking about.
Right.
So I get what you're saying about the civilization. That's part of it, right? But the thing is, what you're missing is how they established the Tower of Babel in Babylon.
But that's what 2600.
They found a plane in that land, right? They journeyed
from somewhere. You're talking about the ziggurat.
Well, not it's two. It's not just the ziggurat of Ur. It's another tale that they think is Babylon, because Nineveh is right outside of it. They found all these places, bro.
So we're talking about 2500 BC, 2600 BC for.
Well, the Tower of Babel was 1,000 years before Abraham even existed.
Are you talking about 3000 BC?
Wait, man, wait, hold on. Let me see.
No, that's not
Hold on, my
correct.
bad. No. I got that. That's wrong. That's
Yeah, about
that's
2500
contemporary with Abraham. So that's 2000.
Right, right. But the
It's
problem,
second millennium
BC.
BC. Yeah.
the problem that y'all have that my bro's having is the timeline of the biblical timeline is not accurate.
No, you're not accurate. You not accurate, bro.
Well, what I'm saying is,
the biblical timeline lines up with the history.
Okay, consider this though.
Not with you, come on, though. You know,
wait. What I'm saying, consider this.
Wait, hold on. Explain yourself, King J.
Because if you're saying 900 BC, you're referring to the cow. You're trying to say
I'm not saying 900 BC. That even the whole 900 BC thing is that's an overread of the Assyrian royal titles. How do I know this? Because they found the books of the Chaldeans. The book of the Chaldeans, these tablets go talk about things way before 1 millennium BC.
Hold on, I got a primary. Hold on, real quick, because I got a primary source for you. I didn't want to just disclose it too early.
No. Save it for the debate, bro.
Oh, y'all got a debate coming up? I didn't know that. I didn't know y'all had a debate.
All right, we can go to something else. Because I want you to be at your best. Don't give me all your stuff right here.
Nah, because I mean,
me arguing to you, having this conversation, I'm way different in a debate, especially with the sources on the screen and everything.
Nah, you're just trying to see where I'm at with it, but that's fair because I'm not.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to say that when we got artifacts on the earth like civilizations like Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe is dated, like we just stated, 12,000 BC. The biblical timeline, according to all of creation, is only 3,000 years ago.
It's 6,000.
Okay, let's just even if we say 6,000 years ago, we still got a problem because Göbekli Tepe is dated 12,000. So if your biblical timeline starts creation at 6,000, bro, that's off. What are we talking about?
You're wrong. Just admit that you're wrong and you don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know exactly how to count. 12,000.
You're wrong.
Yeah,
the Bible never says. Hold on, brother. Hold on, I'll let you go.
6,000 years old.
I'll let you go, brother. I'll let you go.
12,000.
The Bible never says that the earth it never says that it's 6,000. So why?
It does state the whole time of history in the Bible is only equated to 6,000 years max. That's
because you overreading, bro. You don't understand what. Yes. You keep saying that it's only 6,000. The scriptures doesn't say that.
Moses
so where's you getting that number from?
The Torah equates Noah. When you add up all the way back to Adam, the lifespans of the people, we get 6,000.
When is Abraham's time? Let's see if we can go back 6,000 years. What you get, Abraham?
2000 BC, brother.
Exactly.
2000 BC, right?
According to the biblical timeline.
So Noah is 1,000 years from Abraham. 10 generations. Noah is 1,000 years from Abraham.
Do you even know? Did you? Yeah. You think Noah is a physical human being?
Oh my God.
But before Noah's time, before the flood, you got so let's say that's 3,000. Those are millenniums going back.
Bro, you're going to source all of that. What you talking?
Bro, but how we see it, you can see
what I'm trying to tell you is that it don't make. First of all, Noah is not.
You don't know what it is.
Noah is an arc cycle. Noah is not a man. Noah is a time.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. Listen, I don't care about the doctrine stuff, bro. We dealing with textual evidence.
Your textual evidence proves that the whole creation is only 6,000 years old, which don't make no sense logically. We got artifacts on the earth and trees on the earth older than 6,000 years old, my brother.
Bro, nobody. That's a Christian doctrine. Nobody. The Bible don't say 6,000. So why is you keep saying 6,000?
Are you a Hebrew Israelite type dude?
I don't think a punk.
Bro, it don't matter what I am, brother.
I'm just asking because the Hebrew Torah, the biblical timeline, if you look it up right now, the Torah states that the earth was made roughly 6,000 years. The whole cosmos was created 6,000 years ago.
Oh my God, bro.
But that's not accurate according to science and objective reality. We can see civilizations.
Okay, now I'm finna smoke. I don't even deal with 6,000. I'm finna smoke you on it.
You don't have
any
to
of
deal
these
with
artifacts that you're talking about.
You don't have
one.
to deal with it.
Name one. Give me what artifacts are you talking about? Name one.
We just talked about Göbekli Tepe's time
Göbekli Tepe, right?
BC.
So they found human remains at Göbekli Tepe, didn't they?
Of course.
Okay, those human remains. Hold on, brother. Those human remains had carbon-14 in it, correct?
This is older than your creation story.
Did those human remains have carbon-14 in it? Yes or no?
It don't matter because it's older than your creation story.
Do you know what a half a lifespan of carbon-14 has? A half lifespan of 5,000.
That's irrelevant, and it's a red herring. It's a straw man argument.
So hold on. That's a half life. So a full life is what?
Göbekli Tepe is 12,000 years old.
What's the full life of carbon-14, bro? That's a half life. So what's the full life?
Okay,
full
so
life
Göbekli Tepe.
10,500.
Woo-wee. My bro, man. Hey, I ain't trying to disrespect you.
What I'm trying to explain to you, brother. Understand what carbon-14 dating and all that is. And understand if something has carbon-14 in it, it cannot be past that half lifespan because I'll say this. If something is older than let's say the half-life of carbon-14, we shouldn't find any in it. You shouldn't find carbon-14 in these things. Carbon-14 is found in fossils, in bones, in diamonds, all type of stuff, bro.
All I'm saying is that the timeline in the Bible, it don't make sense logically.
Bro,
and that's the problem. That's why you can't get it. That's why you having an issue with your brother. He probably gonna beat you in a debate because you don't understand the time. Your timeline is off. What you trying to base your history on? It's not the proper ruler.
Oh my God, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is simple. It's not complicated. If there's, you should be able to understand.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You should be able to understand that if there's artifacts older than 6,000 years. Listen, I had to come to the same realization.
Saying that something is inaccurate and is not acquainted with the history, but you don't study history, nor do you study the Bible. Nor do you study.
I just told y'all I've been reading Bible my whole life.
Sciences.
I learned how to read by reading the Bible.
You don't. You wouldn't say the things that you're saying out of your mouth. I got astrophysicists that agree with me, bro.
I had to be real with myself.
What are you talking about?
I had to be real with myself and come to the conclusion within myself because I was an avid Bible thumper myself.
Because you weren't reading the Bible from an English standpoint. You only have an English understanding of the Bible, correct?
Nah, I read Hebrew. I write Hebrew. I can speak Hebrew. You dig what I'm saying? So my point is,
you a lie.
My point is, I had to come to the same realization.
What Hebrew? What Hebrew?
Hold on, real quick.
You said Hebrew,
modern Hebrew, all of this shit. I can read it all, write it all. But my point
is, what does Kasdim mean?
Wait, hold on, big bro. Let me say this.
What does Kasdim mean?
Wait, let me get this off real quick.
Just say it.
Wait, all I'm trying to say is that when I had to come to the same.
What Abraham name mean?
My nigga, hold on.
What Noah name mean?
You gonna let me get this off real quick, please? Respectfully.
What Isaac name? No, I ain't gonna give you an easy
respectfully.
What Joel name mean? Just tell me Joel name and I'm done.
Joel is the name of my daughter, actually.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's actually a misnomer. The meaning in Hebrew is actually equated with El, right? Meaning Jah is El. Jah is the creator.
It don't mean Jah is El.
But Jah, that's what Jael mean. But
that is not.
Anyway, I'm not trying to hear argue with that, but that's what I've studied in my Hebrew understanding of Jael means that Jael
means Jah is El. That's not what it means.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm trying to get my point off. You're trying to get me off my point, but I'm trying to just say this one little thing is I had to come to the realization in my own self when I was, because I was an avid Bible thumper, Thor thumper myself, and I still read Bible every day. But I had to come to the realization that the timeline ain't making sense because I can see artifacts on Earth that's older than 6,000 years. So how could this timeline actually be accurate if the Earth itself is showing me?
Have you studied
objectively-
carbon dating? Have you
Yes,
studied
I
carbon?
studied-
Don't you know?
exactly.
Look, let me
I
just give
studied
you something.
carbon
Let me give you some advice.
Oh my God,
Don't you
bro, I
know
studied
that
carbon
Mount
dating.
St. Helens? Listen. Mount St. Helens
That's
erupted
what we're talking about. We're
somewhere.
talking about carbon dating right now.
Hold on, right.
Obekle
Let me
Tepe is carbon
listen.
dated at 12,000 years BC.
Okay, that's fine, brother. Listen,
But the timeline
Mount
in the
St. Helens.
Bible only creates the entire existence of humanity and the entire cosmos 6,000 years ago.
Okay, Mount
So that
St.
don't make
Helens just
sense.
recently erupted.
Do you get
probably
what I'm
like
saying?
20.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do I
Hold
sound
on, brother.
crazy?
Bro, you gotta let me speak, bro. I'll let you
But
go.
I'm just saying, do I sound crazy for saying what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
all I'm saying is Obekle Tepe dates back with carbon dating scientifically
uninformed.
12,000 years
uninformed.
BC. We all agreed on that.
But the scriptures don't say 6,000 years, and you equating
Oh my
it to
God, bro.
6,000
That's what
years.
everybody
But you
Google it.
uninformed. You uninformed.
The Bible don't give you a proper timeline. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
now the Bible don't give you a proper. Which one is it?
The Bible, it's always been the same. The Bible don't give you a proper
So
timeline.
if it
That's what I'm
don't give
telling
you a proper timeline, how can you say the things that you're saying about the chronology?
Because the
If it don't
chronology
give
is
you a
carbon,
proper
the
chronology.
chronology is science based. It's not based on something that some God said. We
Bro,
can
listen,
measure
I'm
the
not
time,
talking-
like you
I'm
said,
not-
based on carbon dating and other measurements of measuring
Brother,
how old something
I'm not
is.
talking
So
about that.
the belief, what you
listen,
believe.
I'm not saying.
Wait, hold on. What you believe is that what most Hebrews believe is that the Earth is 6,000 years old. That's facts. I'm not making that up. But the
So
Earth
why in the
itself
Apocrypha it
proves
says
that it's
that the
older
Earth
than
got 12 parts,
Shit.
and each part is 1,000 years? Why does it say that?
the Earth got 12 parts and each part is 1,000 years.
Yes,
Where's that at?
that's in the Apocrypha.
It don't that don't even make sense just off top of me hearing it for the first time. That shit sound weird.
Because you don't understand it. You don't
Explain it
understand
then. Explain it.
It means that
the 6,000
each
year
part.
thing.
The Earth is in 12 parts, and during the time that the Apocrypha the scripture is in it was in 500 BC, in the 6th century, and it said that there remains what, a half a part and 2 more parts, so that's 2,500 years. That's all. That's it. So so you equate each part is 1,000 years, bro. It's easy because half of a part is 500. Half of 1,000 is 500. That half of a part, that's when Christ was born. Then it's 2,000 years after that.
I don't know what the Paul talking about, but
do you know how to read a watch?
He's saying,
Man, all right, bro, man, I'm done, bro. Listen, if
Do you know how to tell time?
Listen, bro, I just told you what it says in the Apocrypha, bro.
Yeah, I get what that said, but I'm asking you, do you know how to read a watch? Can you judge the time?
Oh my God.
Because if you know how to keep time, then you can figure out you know what I'm saying, the accurate balance. Because the creator, prophecy is not guesswork. All things work on absolutes. We got a sun. We got a moon. We got stars. And those we have winter, summer, spring, and fall. These things show us a measurement of time. Right? That's how you properly calculate
a cycle. It shows a cycle of events.
So you got times and seasons, right? So your Bible says that God created the sun, the moon, and the stars for season, for times and seasons, signs, right?
Yeah,
but that God, he didn't tell you.
That's how you tell. Hold on. Let me address that. That's how you tell time.
By the sun, stars, and moon.
The sun and the moon. Yeah,
exactly. So the problem is we haven't been taught how to.
Celestial bodies move around the earth, and they appear at certain points in certain seasons or times in the night sky.
And that's set by the creator.
That's how you tell time. Yes,
and that's set by the creator.
But that's not how we doing
The
it right
creator
now.
ain't never wrong. You
Don't
see
even
what I'm
make
saying?
sense.
The creator ain't never wrong in the way he established the
So
sun,
if
the
you
stars, and the moon.
understand that, right? See, this is the same thing that King J did. You can't take one part of the Bible and say, okay, this is true.
I'm not
But
taking no
then
part of
it's
the Bible. I'm talking
if
about
that part is
creation.
That's
you
what
gotta
that's what
accept the
you can.
rest.
That's what you
I'm
can.
not
So
talking about Bible. I'm talking about what I
did
can
he create
observe.
Adam at the beginning of time? Meaning at the
Adam,
beginning of creation
do you
on the
think?
sixth day.
No, nigga, no. Adam
So
is not
now you
Adam. You think the creator
disagreeing.
just made? Wait, hold on. You think the creator just made one man and one woman on the planet?
What does Adam mean?
To
Mankind.
you, I don't know what it means to you.
You read Hebrew. What does Adam mean?
It means mankind.
Adam, first of all, Adam was a later term that came from the term asu, which meant
Adam means mankind.
No.
which meant the first mortals on the earth.
Listen, brother. In Hebrew,
Bro,
what
listen to
does
me, my nigga. Look,
Adam mean?
Adam is the first pairs, millions of pairs of
The
humans.
first millions of pairs.
Yes,
Do
man
we
and
have
woman
millions of
scattered
skeletons of the
all
first
over
human
the planet,
beings of the first hum? Do we have
all over the
millions of
planet,
those?
all over the planet.
Do we have
Do you know
millions
what a do you know what a
of
homonym
remains of
is?
human
You know what
beings?
a homonym is? You know what a
Yeah, do
Neanderthal
we have
is?
millions? Do we have millions of those?
Yes, bro. Homonym.
We got
Neanderthal
millions of
man.
hominids remains.
Wait, hold on. Let me calm down because I'm really getting too high up in my tone. What I'm trying to say is that the original man on Earth, the Neanderthals, if you will, they were created in
Lord
millions
have
of
mercy.
pairs all over the planet. In
Bro,
whatever
this man
regions,
just said the Neanderthal is the original man. When
nigga,
no
who
African
doesn't
got
agree?
Neanderthal
Who
DNA.
disagrees with that? Who
Don't know
disagrees with that?
Don't know.
Who
Damn, my
disagrees with that?
phone died.
Who
Damn,
cares?
man.
It's all good because nobody disagrees with that. The earliest fossils and forms of humans on this planet were called hominid Neanderthal men.
Brother, we disagree with that. I disagree with that, brother. That's not true.
That's scientifically proven. You can disagree with it all you want to. You can
So
pull it up right now. I'm
who
not
walked-
making that up.
question, brother. Simple question. Who walked out of Africa first?
Who walked out of Africa? I don't know, bro.
Homo erectus.
Homo erectus. That's what I'm talking about. All of them hominid, Homo erectus.
Hold
Men.
on. Homo erectus isn't Homo neanderthalis.
I know that they came after the angels inspired them to uprightness.
King
After the angels inspired them to uprightness, man advanced in spirit and in flesh. Before that, oh, I'm sorry, am I talking over somebody?
Oh, you good? I'm just saying y'all about to talk past each other. So
yeah, when you said the angels, that was crazy.
Yeah, so the yeah, it's a whole spiritual world in motion around us right now. And
You went from having a real, actual, historical, conversation, then you just jump to angels. That's why I'm
Well,
saying,
angels are part of creation. If you understand how creation works, the system and order of the spirit and the flesh of man.
We're talking about
What I'm talking about is, see, everybody want to talk about Bible and faith, and they believe in when you go to a funeral that your grandmama go to a better place. What I'm trying to say is that place is real. It's right around us in the atmosphere that we call heaven.
But when we talk about biology, right? Does the result have to always be God? And we actually talk about the process of the chemical reaction?
Well, the thing is, the chemical reactions in the biology of a human, eventually, once mortality is shed, you become what is called God. So biologically speaking, you're in the progress right now, currently, of becoming a God. Not to be worshipped or praised, but that's just the progression of humanity. Everybody eventually will rise to that level. That's not nothing. It's just like, you become the president of your company or the president of the United States. It's a title, it's a job. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't understand that spiritual, that you are a spirit in flesh, and you will progress into the heavens above. If you don't understand that, then you won't get it.
Hey, Cosmon, can you separate a spiritual conversation from like a historical and like a scientific conversation? or you just blend those together?
You can separate it. It can be separated.
Yeah,
But to me, it's all one. To me, everything. To me, science. To me, science is the study of how can I put this? The mechanisms of the unseen. Because we have these questions in our minds as humans, as we exist. Every single person that I know on the planet has a question as to, or I should say, every good person that I know wonders what happens when you die.
But see, your definition of science is, I would totally disagree with, because I would say science is the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical things that we can see.
Right. I agree with that. But all the physical things that we
with that, and then say that this is somehow science also deals with the metaphysical.
So this is what I'm saying. Quantum physics deals with the metaphysical. When you're dealing with gamma rays and radio waves, you're dealing with things outside of the visible spectrum of sight. Things you can't see. That's science. You can't see it with your natural eye. You got to zoom in on it with a telescope or a microscope to study the mechanics of how it functions.
Son of a bitch.
Now, language.
Oh, I'm not.
Language.
I thought I was muted.
I'm messing with you, big dog.
He took my night.
Salute to A1, bro. Hey, the real ones keep it real. Hey, check it out, bro. All I'm saying is,
my apologies.
You good, bro. All I'm saying is that when you study the creation of a planet, right? When you look at the creation of a new star, a sun, it begins to create it. Seems to come from nothing in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The ether is unseen. So the idea of the spiritual world being separate from science, there is a separation, I would say, between religion type shit and science. But when it comes to the idea of studying things that are unseen and the mechanisms of how things come to be from seemingly nothing, I would say that has to be connected to an all source. Even all wisdom, to me, comes from the source unseen. Anything that makes sense to anybody. If you're like, oh shit, that makes sense to me. The light bulb just came on. To me, the creator is the one that turned the light on, the one who knows all things, who feels all things. You know what I'm saying? Who inspires all life in motion forever, onwards and upwards, never stopping. The creator don't ever rest. Like in the Bible, it said he rested from his creation. The creator don't stop creating. It's still new galaxies being formed as we speak right now. And that's objective reality. We can observe it. And so the science of it all is just, to me, is like, okay, how the Bible says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, so the study of creation is science, right? So we're trying to study how it was created, because in the Bible, God didn't tell you how he did it to where you can actually look at it and say, oh, okay, I can see how you did that.
A1, real quick. I just sent you a request on a little chess shit. That's me right there.
Y'all niggas some chess players. I ain't played chess since I was in Pinta.
It's a 10-minute game, yo.
When I was in the pen, my nigga was teaching me that shit. But yeah, what I was saying was that in Owaspy, it's dope because there's a whole book dedicated just to explaining how the creator created the sun, moon, stars, and earth, and how he creates everything from himself.
Does the book say that?
The creator actually shows you in nature, so you can look at it. You can actually.
No, I'm asking, I never read the book of Owaspy, so I was just wondering.
Most niggas ain't read it, and they just talk shit about it. But the word Owaspy means earth, sky, spirit, and it's dealing with everything concerning earth from the past 24,000 years, from the heavenly perspective, from what's going on in the unseen heavens above our heads, and what's going on in the earth. And it puts it on a timeline. That's the dope part about Owaspy, is that it has a timeline that you can actually like we was talking about, Göbekli Tepe is actually referenced in Owaspy. Now check this out. This is the crazy part.
Can I ask you a serious question, Cosmo?
Wait, yeah. But let me say this real quick. Owaspy was written in 1881. They didn't even find Göbekli Tepe until the 1900s. They didn't even know it was there until the 1900s. So how the hell, my nigga, I'm being real honest with y'all, bro. Like, how could somebody, whether you claim to believe a book or not, how could it be written in this book and nobody knew about it in 1881? And then later on, they find it and Owaspy proves, yeah, it was right there, like it was written to be there. So that's the type of stuff that's in Owaspy that you can be like, okay, it states that 12,000 years ago there was a city called or observe, because Göbekli Tepe is actually an observatory. It's a temple where they used to observe the stars. Now check this out. In Owaspy, it tells you the angel, you dig what I'm saying, that actually came down to teach mortals how to read the stars, the constellations, all the planets. There was an angel that came to inspire men 12,000 years ago, and they built Göbekli Tepe in honor of that angel. When you look at the inscriptions on the walls, it talks about these beings that came from the heavens that taught men how to read the fucking stars. And it's in Owaspy, it tells you that. And then when you research Göbekli Tepe, it's right there. And it's all facts.
You made that part up though when you said it's an observatory. We don't
nigga know. Look it up. Wikipedia
we hardly know anything about
Wikipedia right now. Wikipedia right now. Okay. If you think I'm lying, if you calling me a liar, telling me I'm lying right now in front of all these people, just pull up on the screen. It's an observatory of the stars.
Because there's no written sources.
And it's a temple.
Yeah, but where you getting that from? You making it up.
No, bro, I just told you Wikipedia right now. Pull it up.
Go ahead, pull it up right now.
Go, please, somebody pull it up. Because niggas just be talking shit like I'm lying, bro. I'm not lying. I would never just come up here disingenuous. I'm not.
We don't know much about Göbekli Tepe.
Everything that we do know about, and it's
temple. Where you getting it from? Because
and you can look in Owaspy if you ever want to pull up Owaspy out of the curiosity of your heart and just see, okay, what does Owaspy say about Göbekli Tepe?
That was my question. Like, this sounds like Scientology, Book of Mormon type thing.
Nah, it's not, bro. Bro, I got Owaspy right in front of me.
It's like the golden tablets type shit. Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's none of that shit. You gotta just read it for yourself. I'm not gonna try to convince you no more about Owaspy, bro. Just read it for yourself, and you really got to get with the gang. You got to really get with the creator gang for real, because we the only niggas that's really reading Owaspy and keeping it real with the people about what's really in here. We not out here like Yara just saying, oh, it's a white man's book and they hate black people. Nah, bro, this is a 1,500-page book. Y'all bringing out one verse, misquoting it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you got to get with the creator gang, with Cosmon, Cal, Selah Shalom, Malachi Maccabee. We really getting into this shit and bringing it out to where it makes sense. You can digest it, you can understand it, and it ain't no spookism, it ain't no flim flam. Nah, bro, I'm telling you, we real cats over here.
Cosmo, I gave you like 5 years before you realized it's some bull.
Yeah,
nah, bro. Look, when I realized the Bible, I'll tell you when I realized, it took me like 25 years to realize the Bible was bull, because I was worshiping a man of war, a God that would allow a king like his Saul or King David to go slaughter babies. I never questioned. Wait, hold on. I never questioned that this God is asking for blood sacrifices of animals. I'm talking about hundred, but then when you read the true prophets like Amos and Isaiah, if you really read what they're saying, they're telling you that the Great Spirit, that he never required sacrifices of lambs and goats and blood, none of that ever. He just required you to be obedient and love your neighbor as yourself.
That means if they was obedient, they wouldn't have to do
no. See, that's the thing. The Creator would never inspire
so
you.
They wasn't obedient.
Wait, hold on, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. I love you with all my heart. The Creator would never, he said, thou shalt not kill. He would never inspire you to kill a child or go to war with your brother. Ever.
What child was killed?
What I'm trying to tell you is that only false gods low-grade angels, druzas, demons, pretending to be the creator, calling themselves God, which God ain't the God is a title given to an angel.
Y'all just put that the Druzes was the brown black.
Wait, hold on. God, if your God say he a man of war, if your God tell you to commands you to kill somebody today, your child or any child, would you do it?
Bro,
man. That's
what are you talking about, bro?
I'm just asking you. If the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob appealed to you,
no, that's not the point.
That is very much so the point,
be
sir.
Obedient,
sir.
Well,
that
don't
is
you
very
understand?
much so the point, because you have to be able to discern if any voice or energy or spirit comes or angel comes to you commanding you to go to war or to kill somebody. You have to be able to know within your own cojones that the Creator said, "Thou shalt not. I will not kill nothing." If you can't grab your balls and say, "I follow the Creator's energy only," and he say, "Don't kill," then that means you just another dupe of a false god. Whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Yahweh, whether you call him the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it don't matter. If your God is inspiring you to sacrifices of blood or to kill somebody in any book, Bible, Quran, I don't care what book it is. If the God is doing that or commanding that, he's a false god.
Well, that's your romantic.
That's the facts. That ain't nothing about belief.
That's you romanticizing.
I'm not romanticizing
what God is, bro. You don't know.
You would kill a baby.
You don't know what a create. We don't know what this entity would do.
Yes, I do. The Creator's inspiration. Wait, let me tell you something.
So why?
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I'm gonna make it plain for you.
Shut up.
The Creator's inspiration is life.
Why do people die then?
I'll explain it to you easily. In Owaski, it say clearly, the Creator made death not as a punishment for sin. He made death so that your spirit can rise up out of your flesh, so you can inherit the higher heavens, the Etherean heavens of emancipation.
Okay. So if you when you understand
it ain't got nothing to do with being afraid of. You don't gotta be afraid to die.
Hold on. So if you understand that, why you have people going to war in whatever it says in the Bible?
Because they're
contradicting yourself.
Let me tell you why.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let me tell you why.
How you know they weren't directed to go to war to liberate people's souls? Because the Creator
is not a warrior, and he never has been.
Bro, you taking things out of context.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you is.
Your God,
you taking that out of context. You taking all that stuff out of context.
Let me read something to you out this Owaski real quick, just for curiosity.
No, bro, you've been talking all day. Don't nobody want to hear that.
All right, look, I'm gonna tell you this then. Let me tell you this then. And this is, you can think about this later on. The character of the Creator. The character of the Creator, the direct inspiration of the Creator is life to all, liberty, harmony, unity, and happiness to everybody that he gave the breath of life to. He will never inspire you to hate your brother, to kill your brother, you know what I'm saying, to enslave your brother, ever. If you ever feel inspired to do any of those things, you know in your heart that that's coming from a demon or a devil or a low-grade spirit, or it could be coming from your own selfish evil ass. That's not coming from the Creator for you to go down the block and slaughter somebody because you feel like they deserve it based on your own feelings.
Bro, stop it with the jailhouse doctrine, bro.
It ain't jailhouse doctrine, my nigga.
Read the scripture, bro. What are we talking about? Going to shoot somebody up and
stuff. That's
jailhouse doctrine, bro.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill.
Don't say what you just said.
Ten Commandments, ain't it?
That's jailhouse doctrine, bro.
No. The doctrine is thou shalt not kill. Whether it's jailhouse doctrine or not, thou shalt not kill is the doctrine I'm teaching right now.
Is thou shalt not murder.
No, killing is murder.
Understand the Hebrew is thou shalt not murder.
We're not playing. See, that's your false God with the cognitive dissonance trying to make it okay to murder somebody. It's not okay to kill nothing ever. That's what I'm saying to you.
So when it says the
Creator will never tell you to kill nobody.
It's a time. So when you go to war, it's a time you're gonna have to kill someone.
The Creator doesn't inspire you. Only your false God, your false biblical God, is gonna tell you to kill somebody. Only your false biblical God, your deity, is going to tell you he's a man of war.
Just to do them. See, this is what I'm saying. See, you don't understand the Bible, bro.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3
You
states
don't
that
understand the Bible, bro. Stick with
is
the
a man of
Owaski stuff. The Bible not for you.
No, it's not for nobody. Because if you follow a man of war, you already in declension. You're going
Exodus
down.
15:3, bro. Listen, you don't understand what that means. What does God? What does that mean? When he say when that scripture,
Donald Trump,
read
that
that.
Donald Trump,
Read
it means
Exodus.
that Donald Trump
No.
are righteous.
Donald Trump wasn't even around when this was written, bro.
No. But what I'm saying is,
Donald Trump
is a man of war.
Brother,
so he's in alignment with your God. Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu are men of war. So they're in alignment with the spirit of
that's
God.
2026. What are you talking about?
It don't matter. It don't matter. Thou shalt not kill was eternal.
Oh my God, bro!
But they still killing.
So hold on, bro. Hold on.
Killing babies. Actually.
So what about all the ones that died in Egypt?
What do you mean?
You said thou shalt not kill. What about all the people that died in Egypt?
You think Pharaoh got away with that? You think Pharaoh got away with throwing the babies into the Nile?
Not Pharaoh. Not this ain't nothing Pharaoh did. When the angel went over Egypt and it killed all the babies, what about then?
Yeah, that was a low grade demonic angel. That wasn't the creator.
Man, I'm done with you, bro.
I know you done because you ain't never gonna justify.
So hold on. So that's a low grade angel. That's a low grade angel. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm not trying to holler. I'm trying to listen.
Go ahead, bro.
So that's a low grade angel. So who gave them the Torah? Who told them thou shalt not kill?
The creator said thou shalt not kill. You can't.
So the creator said thou shalt not kill, right? Do you know what he meant by that? He was talking about they shouldn't kill each other.
No, you can't kill nobody. Yet they killed each other. Didn't Judah go kill Benjamin?
Yeah, they sinned doing that.
Exactly. That's my point. So, but God told him to do it though. So God is putting sin upon himself because it's a false god. Only false gods inspire murder and war.
No, that's not true, bro.
And sacrifices of animals.
Brother, you need to go sit down with a teacher, bro.
I am a teacher.
You gotta get rid of teach me. Listen, I've been reading. This is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do, bro.
Bible teacher.
We gonna do it. Listen, after I destroy King J,
you ain't got nothing coming over this way, homie. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm gonna throw you against the ropes.
Listen, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, because you already shooting yourself in the foot like 17 times.
No, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Because every time you say thou shalt not kill,
biblical discussion,
and then try to justify killing,
brother, listen, bro.
You already lost.
We gonna have a biblical discussion, right? And we gonna see, because you mixing and matching, and
I ain't mixing and matching shit.
And you got a jailhouse doctrine going on.
Bro, you can talk all that shit you want to. The reality is your God inspires the murder of babies, suckling children.
Man, bro.
Your God told Abraham to kill his son. What's that about?
Did he kill his son?
Abraham had sense enough to know it was an evil spirit talking to him.
Did he kill his son?
Abraham has sense enough to know that the creator said don't kill nothing.
Did Abraham kill his son?
I said no, weirdo.
So Abraham didn't kill his son.
Based on the fact that he knows.
Why Abraham didn't kill his son?
Hold on, let me show you why he did. I'm gonna read it for you. Just so we don't have to talk crazy, we could just read it.
This is crazy work, bro. You made Ben Eaton leave, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna make all y'all niggas leave in a second.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna find out your God is
all over the place, bro. We trying to get to some real shit, and you over here talking about
some real shit right now.
Shit that came from the Mormons.
We over here some real heavy shit right now. Is your God a demon? So you want to take that debate?
Up in here. My bad, A1.
You want to take that debate? I'll debate you on is your biblical God a demon?
You good? I'm trying to get my get back.
All right, we gonna. All right, we gonna set that up. We gonna set that up.
You
God of the Holy Bible, a demon.
Oh, that's easy peasy to prove.
Yeah, we gonna set that up.
Any God that asks for blood sacrifice.
So who spoke to Abraham? Who spoke to Abraham?
Oh, I'm about to go there right now. Hold on real quick. Let me get there. That's what I was trying to look for. Hold on real quick.
This man out here reading Satan's Bible. Talk about
Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'll mute my mic real quick. Give me 2 seconds. You can talk all the shit you
so,
want.
wait, hold on. Who is the Most High, the possessor of the heavens and earth? That's a demon. The demon is a possessor of the heavens and earth. Boy, why is our people like this, bro?
All right, here we go. It says, now after Abraham and his people returned from Jireh, his camp, and it was night, God said to Abraham, be thou steadfast and show thy people that they may understand my words. And whilst whilst they were yet praying before the altar, the true God withdrew from Abraham and suffered an evil angel who had followed them from Sodom and Gomorrah to draw near about the altar. And one of the angels clothed himself in a great light, and with the crown and with sparkling gems he appeared, so all the multitude of the people could look upon him. Abraham said, who art thou? And the Spirit said, I am thy God, ruler of heaven and earth, possessor of heaven and earth, like he just said.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Wait, hold on.
Those golden tablets.
Hold on.
Do you know who macaroni is?
Hold on, let me finish.
Macaroni, what's his name?
Let me finish, my nigga, please.
Who is Macaroni?
And Abraham said, who art thou? And the Spirit said, I am thy God, ruler of heaven and earth. And Abraham said, I am thy servant. What wouldest thou? And the Spirit said, thou shalt take thy only son, Isaac, and thy hosts, who were with you at Sodom and Gomorrah, and come with me, whither I will lead you. For I have a great work for you. And Abraham said, whatever thou puttest me to do, that will I do. So in the morning, Abraham and his son Isaac and the host who had been with Abraham to Sodom and Gomorrah assembled together. And Abraham spake, saying, whither to, O God? And the Spirit answered, saying, take sticks and a firebrand, and come down to the summit of yonder hill, for thou shalt restore the rights of burnt offerings. So Abraham told what God had said, and they started, and Isaac carried the bundle of willows, such as basket makers use, saying, this will light the large pieces. But what wilt thou burn for an offering, O Father? And Abraham said, thou wilt provide. And when they ascended to the place, Abraham gathered the logs and heaped them up, and Isaac placed the willows. Then the Spirit spake, saying, what shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, for which reason thou shalt offer thine only son, Isaac, as a burnt offering, and it shall be a testimony before thy people, and thou that thou wilt obey God, even to the sacrifice of thy.
Who wrote this shit?
And Ken, read that last part again, since he interrupted me real quick. And the Spirit spoke, saying, what shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, for which reason you shall offer thine only son, Isaac, as a burnt offering, and it shall be a testimony before thy people, that you will obey God, even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. And Abraham said, hold on, Plato, show me that you are God, that I may not err, for I have been commanded not to kill, especially not my own son. The hell? And the Spirit departed away from Abraham.
Bro, what this have to do with
hold on. This is a very important part.
The name Adam
means. It's a very important part. Hold on. Then when Abraham said, I have been commanded not to kill, the Spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. And Isaac was grieved at his heart. He desired to see what a sacrifice was. He didn't even know. And the people, seeing a ram, when they saw a ram near at hand, they went and caught it, and they slaughtered it and sprinkled blood on the sacrifice, and they lighted the fire and roasted the flesh, and they took it and gave it to the poor. And
okay, hey, look, hey, this is our debate. No, hold on. This is our debate. Waspi is a false doctrine.
Hold on, real quick.
That's gonna be our debate.
So anyway, so what I'm trying to show you is
you should see what I did to the. You should go on YouTube and see what I did to the Gospel of Barnabas.
Let me say this now. I read all of that. I read all of that. Now I'm not taking nothing out the Bible. We're gonna leave everything in the King James Torah. That's right there. We know the story that we have in the King James Bible that according to the King James version. Wait, hold on. According to the King James version, that was the creator. Y'all say that was the creator that told Abraham to kill Isaac. That was Yahweh.
Yeah, we don't have our debate sometime.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this question real quick.
Sometimes should
you
be this
gonna run from it, or you gonna answer it? You gonna run, or you gonna answer it? In your Bible, when it talks about Abraham sacrificing Isaac,
I'm good for the next 2 months.
You said the creator. Y'all say that was the creator that told him to do that, right? In Owaspy, it shows you that the true guardian angel, the true God that was inspiring Abraham. The true God, wait, hold on. The true God allowed for an evil spirit to come around Abraham for a second so we could show him a lesson. Hold on. The lesson is this, that even evil angels can show themselves and pretend to be God. And to even ask you to sacrifice your own child. Now, Abraham won the test because he knew the higher law of the creator, which is I'm not supposed to kill nothing. So
bro, when I'm done with this Owaspy stuff, bro, you're not going to be in the
Owaspy. Wait, hold on. In the earth sky spirit, it tells you that Abraham checked the God because he knew the higher law of the creator not to kill nothing. So who was this angel or spirit telling me he's God, but trying to tell me to kill my son? That didn't make sense to Abraham. In Owaspy, it shows you Abraham was truly righteous and he truly knew the creator's law, which is not to kill. Therefore, he did not kill his son.
Man, bro. Y'all, Owaspy ain't nothing but a shoot off of Mormonism and Gnosticism.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
If it ain't Mormonism, if it ain't the Mormons, well, I already read that it has something to do with the Mormons. But
you a lie, and
it ain't the Mormons, it's definitely Gnosticism. Because you talking about the one that spoke to Abraham is a demon that comes from the Gnostics.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
Even if it do, it's true. See,
so that's true.
The only a false God. Listen, only a false
bro. You just went, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that, brother.
Only a false God,
bro. Don't do that, man.
I don't care if it came out of Gnostic book, if it came out of Hindu book, whatever book it came out of. Any God that tells you to kill your kid is a false God before the ever-present one great spirit. Whose inspiration is life to all, liberty, love, harmony, unity. You see what I'm saying? To everybody without the harm or sacrifice.
But hold on. This coming from the same person that said when you die is death in the world because that's your soul being liberated. So
correct.
So according to you,
that's a good
killing your son would be liberating his soul.
Nigga, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life, bro. That's the craziest demonic. That's how I know you being inspired by a demon.
So that's what I'm saying. This is why
that don't even make sense. That don't make no sense.
It doesn't make sense. You don't live in a utopia. Listen, brother. We don't live in a utopia.
That shit was crazy.
We live in reality. We live in reality, and there's rules, there's laws.
Yeah, like right? You can't kill nobody.
There's cosmic rules and cosmic laws and ordinances and statutes.
Like thou shalt not kill.
So if you do something, it's something else is going to happen because you did it.
Facts.
Okay, you don't live in no damn utopia. Adam lived in a utopia.
No, the creator
did something, and it causes everything else. So
listen, bro, the kingdom
I want to get back to my first question that I asked you before my phone died.
Bro. You can walk in the kingdom now.
2 seconds on the clock. I won.
Nice, good job.
Checkmate.
I'm my queen. Oh my.
Checkmate, boy. Just like I just checkmated homie over here, talking crazy talk.
Run the tiebreaker back.
So what does Adam mean? Can you give me a definition? Can you give me your understanding of what Adam means? Because you said it was a million people.
It was countless numbers. But hold on real quick.
See, you got to go look it up. Adam means the first blood, bro. Meaning the very first blood. That's what Adam means.
I'm going to give you another definition.
They say you playing somebody else already.
All right, here we go. I'm going to turn this. Hold on real quick.
But man, I ain't finna
37
keep
for
arguing with you, dude. Look, get your stuff ready. I told you by the
37
end of April, bro. Sometime
Bro,
at the
listen,
end of April,
I'm
April
ready. I'm gonna debate
21st.
you straight up, nigga. The biblical God is a demon, straight up. Prove me
Yeah,
wrong.
you get, and that's from
Prove that
Gnosticism, and that
you
shit
prove me
that
wrong,
was
my nigga.
a
I'm gonna prove it.
heresy.
I'm gonna prove it
I
based on
did
the
a whole
character.
debate
Listen,
on
I'm gonna give you.
Gnosticism, bro.
I'm
So
gonna
I
give
know
it to
when
you
a
right now,
Gnostic,
homie. Listen,
I know when someone is using a Gnostic God
I don't give a damn
doctrine.
about. I'll use Gnosticism too. It don't matter. I'll use it all to prove. It's all gonna
Yeah, you
prove the
can.
fact that
And
your
what
God is a
happened
demon.
then? They was the Gnostics were
I don't give a
heretics.
damn about none of that.
It
Call
was a
me a heretic.
heresy.
You can call me
It
a heretic
wasn't
if you
real. It
want to.
wasn't true.
I classify myself a heretic according to your book. You see what I'm saying? Your God is a false demon trying to pump fake to be the creator. He telling you to kill babies, go to war. He a man of war. He boasting. He
Did he
angry.
tell?
He's jealous.
Did he
You
tell?
see what I'm saying? Is your God jealous?
Go
Well, let me
go
get.
to it.
You
Go
know
to
what I'm talking about? I'm gonna prove he's a demon based on the character.
Nigga, wouldn't you be jealous if the things that you created want to go worship some other shit?
No.
My bad. See, bro, you getting me heated.
Yeah, nah. The creator
When
ain't jealous.
why you acting like jealous is
How would he be jealous?
See, this is the
He's the
thing.
most
See,
powerful,
modern day,
all
hold on,
knowing, and all.
this
He has
European
nobody to
stuff,
be jealous
they
of,
made
bro.
you
Only
think
false
jealous.
gods are jealous.
America make you think jealous is something inferior.
The
Nigga, you
creator
don't
ain't
know
jealous,
nothing
bro.
of yours. Nigga, if your kids start going to another man saying that's they dead, nigga, you gonna be jealous. What are you talking about?
But first of all, I'm not the creator. But but in
It
reality,
doesn't. Nigga, you
the
came from.
creator,
Did you come from the
has
creator? Hey,
nothing. Listen,
hold on.
the
Did you
creator has
come?
nothing to be jealous of,
Did
bro.
you
He's
come
all
from
of
the
it.
creator? Did
He's
you come
all of
from the
it.
creator? Did you come from the creator?
We all did, bro.
Okay, if you came from the creator, then you have an aspect of the creator, correct?
The
Where the
creator
fuck?
doesn't.
Where you think all
Jealousy
this stuff
doesn't.
comes
Jealousy
from?
doesn't. Listen, hold on, real quick. Let me explain it.
Where you think all this stuff comes from?
It's a low vibration. Jealousy is a low level vibration.
So
The
whether
creator
if
is
it's
the
a
most.
low or high vibration, jealousy is part of the creator.
Jealousy. The creator is above jealousy.
Well, jealousy wouldn't exist if it wasn't. Listen, brother. Jealousy wouldn't.
Contention.
Jealousy would not exist
Slavery,
if it
hatred,
didn't
and
come
murder.
from the. I'm done, bro. I'm
The
done.
creator don't hate you. He don't hate you.
Done. I can't even.
You think the creator hates you?
Hollering and yelling and shit.
I'm just saying. Do you think that the creator
all
hates
over the damn place? Now you talking about jealous.
I'm saying, do you think the creator hates you? I'm talking about character traits here. I'm talking about attributes. The attributes of your God is that he's an angry, jealous, vengeful God.
Oh,
what I'm saying is that
bro, I don't care what your doctrine tells you, bro. That I don't care.
The Bible wrote that. It's in the Bible.
I don't care, bro. I don't care what you,
God, bro.
I don't care. You can say
that's what I'm saying. You can debate me on it, and I'll prove it to you. Scripture and verse.
And when we have our debate,
scripture and verse,
you going down. You gonna be down there with King J at.
Yeah, I want to see you justify the murder of innocent children by your God.
Trying to bring some morality.
Your God should be in the Epstein file.
Morality.
Your God should be in the Epstein file.
Who gave your moral compass?
The biblical deity should be in the Epstein file.
Who gave your moral compass?
The Creator, the Great Spirit, the All in All, the one that always was, is, and ever shall be, who has no reason to war.
Do you know what that means? See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Y'all be saying things and
it's fire.
You don't even know what it means.
It's right.
You don't even know what you're saying.
I'm speaking love. I'm speaking don't kill nobody. Don't kill the babies. Don't go to war. Don't worship a God.
Okay, if the baby gonna grow up, so don't kill the baby. If the baby gonna grow up and kill the whole, if the baby gonna grow up and be Donald Trump, you want his ass to live. No, hold on.
You're a weirdo for that because you're trying to say that the creator can't create you can't create a righteous man. You just assume he gonna grow up and be evil.
If the baby gonna grow up and be your fucking slave masters, you want that baby to live. That baby gonna be responsible for cutting off 1 million man's penises, from raping a million women.
Thou shalt not kill.
You want that seed to live.
Thou shalt not kill.
What are you talking about, bro? See, you don't even
Thou
understand.
shalt not kill.
This is how I know the Most
You
High was
weirdo.
on a higher level than
You on
anybody.
a
You
low
don't
level.
understand. You
You on a
looking at it
murderous level.
surface level.
You're on a
Oh,
murder
the baby, but this baby gonna
You
grow up and destroy the
agree
whole
with
fucking
Donald
earth.
Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. You agree with the war in Iran. You agree with the dropping bombs on
I
innocent
don't agree
children.
with none of
You
that
agree
come
with
out
that
of your
shit.
mouth, bro.
No.
You all
Your
over the
God.
damn
Well, I wouldn't
place.
say you, but your God establishes war.
I don't care.
Biblically speaking, he himself is a man, M-A-N, man of
That was
war.
Christ. That's because that was Christ, bro. That's Christ speaking. Christ is a
I
man.
don't care who it is. If it's your false antichrist, he's a man of war. So he's down with the war in Iran right now. He's inspiring it as we speak. He's the one telling Donald Trump and Netanyahu in their hearts and in their minds that it's cool to go ahead and drop these bombs. Because who knows? They might grow up one day and start chopping off people's penises.
Well, what's gonna happen when they come over here and start enslaving your dumb ass?
They're not gonna do that.
How you know?
First and foremost, I don't agree.
Already, for one, they already over here.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's one
Listen,
thing.
my point
That's
is,
one
I don't
thing.
have no. What I'm saying is, I don't have no
That's
fear
one
in me.
thing.
Even
That's
if they
one
come over
thing.
here and threaten my life, I'm not worried about death because I
And
understand
you
the
think
transition of
they gonna?
spirit.
You think they not gonna just stab you or just shoot you? They gonna torture you. You don't know what these wild people is capable of because you live here in America.
Nigga, I know what wild is. It's
You
right
don't
down
know
the street
what
from my
war
house.
is.
Wild is right down the street from my block, nigga. I've been to prison. Nigga, I'm right down the street from war every day. Right here in America. Matter of fact, the leader of the
You
United
live here in
States
America. So someone you don't understand war. That's why you talk like
I don't understand. Check
the
this out.
killing of the nigga, it's war. What did you mean?
All right, let me show you something real quick. In the book of Owaspy, the book of Judgment, chapter 33, verse 2, God said,
don't you know?
This is the judgment against war. This is the judgment against war.
I know you probably
Watch
gonna
this.
cut this episode, bro. I know I got out my eyes yelling and everything, man.
Watch this real quick. Let me read this real quick. And this is the bondage. This is the creator speaking. And this is the bondage.
I don't delete nothing, man. I keep everything.
The only thing is, unless he was talking about a debate.
All right, let me talk about war real quick.
I'm not talking to him no more. Go get OTK and somebody else, bro.
All right, bro, I'll keep busting you in the lip. Don't worry about it. But check this out. I'm
gonna
read this real
like
quick.
Sonetta or somebody. Oh, what about the babies, the women, the baby, the children?
But you don't have no compassion for that. You a truck.
Hold on.
You don't have no compassion for babies. That don't even hurt. That don't even hurt your heart to realize that your God inspired the sacrifice of innocent.
You gotta let me make my point, man.
You in darkness.
Listen,
that's
bridle your tongue. Bridle your tongue.
A real black man
bridle your tongue.
Should be worried if your God is okay.
Mute your mic, bro.
If you ain't worried about that, you trying to mock me. You trying to mock me?
Mute your mic.
You trying to mock me because I'm defending children?
Mute your mic.
I'm trying to tell you don't kill. And I'm trying to show you that Abraham wasn't inspired by that he knew not to kill his son. He was able to recognize that was a false God talking to him.
Oh my God, bro.
You mad at that?
So listen, bro. You trying to go into this old feminine nature and all this?
Nah, bro. Let me show you something about feminine.
About none of that. Listen, bro. I don't care about none of that. You don't know what these people were. Listen, you don't know what these people was. You don't know what they was even people. You don't even know these was.
All right, cool. And this is the bondage I put upon all, such as obey not my judgments and conform thereto. They shall not rise above the first resurrection in heaven while war remaineth upon the earth. Even though their bondage may be 100 years or 1,000 years, yet this my judgment against them shall not be put aside. Neither shall any king nor queen nor any other ruler in all the world impress as a soldier any man who is unwilling to engage in war. And whoever obeyeth not this my judgment shall not rise above the first resurrection in heaven while war remains on the earth.
Neither will I more consider the prayers of any king or queen or any other ruler or nation or people in all the world who engage in war, offensively or defensively, or who aid and abet war in any way whatsoever. But I will abandon all such people, and my Lord shall abandon them, and my holy angel shall abandon them, and they shall be abandoned unto their own harvest of evil spirits into all manner of drusas, which are dark demonic entities. And they shall be afflicted with assassinations, like Charlie Kirk. Wait, hold on, like Charlie Kirk. Wait, hold on, real quick. Hold on,
No, we don't want to listen to you read.
Hold on, bro, back up.
We don't want to listen to you. We don't want to listen to you read, man.
Back up, bro. We all got space to speak. Don't interrupt me, cuz.
You've been speaking all this damn time. You've been speaking all this time.
Shut your ignorant self up and back up real quick.
I'm done, man. I'm done. What I'm saying. You read to A1 then, man. I'm out of here.
Man, all I'm saying is there's judgment rendered against war. The Creator ain't never been with war ever. There's a judgment against war. This is what I'm reading. It states that the Creator said, look, if your nation or your kings, whoever it is that's engaging in war, he's not sanctioning that. And they're not going to rise up in spirit. They're going to be bound to the lowest heavens of the earth for hundreds, thousands of years, however long it takes until war is no longer on the earth. That's the judgment upon Benjamin Netanyahu today, right now. Donald Trump today, right now. These are the lowest grade spiritual people on the planet, because they're engaging in war. Now check this out. We all agree with that. None of us is cool with this war. Ain't nobody like, yeah, let's drop the bombs on Iran. We didn't choose that. These warmonger, evil, drug-ass niggas chose that on their own and got a whole nation of people in an uproar. You see what I'm saying? And the Creator ain't inspiring that. That's being inspired by the gods, spiritually speaking, of war, like your biblical demon, your warmonger God telling people to kill their kids. You see what I'm saying? But judgment is rendered against your God. The Creator ain't letting that slide. You see that? It ain't just hunky-dory. No, I'm here standing for peace. I'm not no sucker-ass nigga. I stand 10 toes on thou shalt not kill. And I know that if I end up having to die, or if I end up taking a life, I understand the spiritual ramifications for that. And I'm prepared to clean up my mess, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never sanctioning the killing of no babies. I don't care what God, in what book, Torah, Quran, whatever it is. If your spiritual God is telling you to kill, bro, you should be able to check your mind. Like, hold on, like Abraham did. What I just read y'all. Abraham checked the angel. The angel said, "I'm God." He was like, "All right, cool. What you want?" He was like, "Come over here and tell me. I'm gonna tell y'all to get the sticks." He was like, "All right, cool." They did all that shit. And then when it came down to the point, he was like, "Sacrifice your son." Abraham was like, "Wait, what? Man, show me you God for real, because I know the Creator told me not to kill nothing, especially not my son." And what happened when Abraham checked the spirit withdrew from him because he perceived that he knew the higher law. That's how you deal with spiritual thoughts that come across your mind. Should I go to war? Should I drop this bomb? You should automatically hear the Creator in your heart say, "Thou shalt not kill," bro. No. But do Benjamin Netanyahu hear that? Does Donald Trump hear that inspiration that we all hear in our hearts? No, because they're drunks being inspired by false gods. This nigga Donald Trump had a whole bunch of pastors and shit praying for this nigga. Why are you praying for this nigga? The Creator ain't hearing none of that. He's not hearing any of that. Neither are his high-raised angels, who are our fourth parent. Yeah, we endured some shit over here. Slave master had us in chains, whipped us, beat us up. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole systematic order to keep us oppressed in this country, which is our country. We didn't come over here from Africa. This is our land. You see what I'm saying? But you think that they got away with that? The slave master didn't get away with killing our ancestors. Owaski explains all of that shit. It explains what happened to the slave master. It explains what happened to Pharaoh when they died. And anybody who engages in war and murder and shit like that. But most of y'all ain't gonna read it because you so caught up on this demon god of war. Y'all so scared that he gonna send you to the lake of fire. You so scared that, oh, if I read another book, I'm gonna be a blasphemer and a heretic and ostracized from the Hebrew Israelites. Nigga, fuck all of that. I want to know what's going on. I don't care. I'll read everything. And if it makes sense to my heart, and I know my creator who speaks to my heart, to my soul, if he say, oh yeah, that's me, I'm giving you that factually. You can prove that. That's truth. That's me. Anything that's truth is the creator. Anything that's solid is the creator's his inspiration. You know not to kill nobody. You just know that. If you don't, that means you're in darkness. That means you're a drug. It don't mean, oh, you have black skin. No, it means that you're dark. Does that, you know what I'm saying? So Owaspy is the book that kind of showed me how to make sense of all of this spiritual shit. And I'm tired of niggas like Yara, people who ain't really genuinely trying to read. Like, I'm telling you, the Creator Gang, if y'all ever come to our YouTube channel, Cosmon Cal TV, Selah Shalom TV, Honor and Humility STL with Malachi Maccabee, bro, we get into Owaspy and we read it. You don't have to believe it. We're not preaching to y'all. We just trying to say, oh, this is a book that's out here. Here's the information. Y'all take it how you want it. But at least we giving it to you genuine, and we're not just saying, oh, this shit is stupid. Nah, bro. This shit is high. This is some high level information. You know what I'm saying? Science is in here, history, spiritual shit. That's just too much, bro. Prophecy, how the earth was created, the vortex, like, it's so much shit. But like I said, I don't want to keep y'all, man. I don't want to sound like I'm being preachy and shit. But I swear to God, some niggas bring it out of me, man. Some niggas bring it out of me, bro.
You know, he ran off Capone, man. You might as well keep going now. Go ahead, you got the flow, man. I'm folding clothes.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I'll keep running my mouth a little bit longer. Shit, I ain't doing shit else. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. All right, for sure, man. I'm just gonna go over here real quick to the Book of Divinity in the Owaspy Bible. I don't like calling it a Bible because it ain't nothing like the King James Version Bible. Nothing at all. Totally opposite, actually. But this book talks about what a God is, between the difference between God or gods, lords, goddesses, right, and the Creator. So I'm gonna read it real quick, and then we talk about it real quick. But this is the Book of Divinity, Owaspy, Sky, Earth, Spirit, or Earth, Sky, Spirit, Chapter 1. God, Son of Jehovah, or Jehovah, the Creator, right? Off top, you say God, the Son of the Creator, said. So we already know off top in the very first verse, God is the Son of the Great Spirit, the source. God ain't the Creator. Off top, you could just see that in the text, but we're gonna read it all the way down. Let me just keep going. All right, God said, God, Son of Jehovah, said, by virtue of my own authority, and in the name of Jehovah, the Creator of all, peace and comprehensive judgment be unto all angels and mortals, that ye may be taught from the little that has been demonstrated in the world of governments and principalities being manifested on the earth, that similar organic bodies exist in the heavens that belong to the earth, which heavenly places and governments were the cause and the forerunners of good governments being manifested amongst mortals, right? I'll go back and explain what it's saying a little bit later if y'all ain't catching it. But Jehovah said, the Creator said, he that is chief of a government on earth shall be called the king. But he who was chief of my heavenly government shall be called God. And it was so. I, who am God in my own behalf, for the enlightenment of the world, declare I the glory and the wisdom of the Creator above all things on earth or in the heavens above, wherein Jehovah provided that no man could be a king forever, but he must give way to a successor. Even so, in the heavens, provided he also unto his gods and his lords for successors at certain periods of time, that the way might be open for everlasting resurrection unto all men, whereby all who choose whereby all who choose may in time become also lords and gods for the countless worlds that are now and that shall yet be created. Jehovah said, I blow my breath outward. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go to the next part. I was actually, let me get to this next part real quick. So God, we already stated God is the son of Jehovah, right? So, and it stated that as a kingdom on earth has a king, so in like manner the heavens above our heads, the kingdom, the leader of those kingdoms is called God, right? So now let me get to the book of discipline real quick. Bear with me just a second, and I'm gonna be out your way, I promise. That was the book of divinity, chapter 1. Now I'm gonna go to the book of discipline, chapter 1, and we're gonna continue this topic of who is God and who is Jehovah. All right, book of discipline now, chapter 1. God reveals who he is. God reveals directly, straight up off the title, God reveals who he is. And it states, verse 1, this is the word from the organic heavens, meaning right outside above your head. Hear the words of thy God, O man. I am your brother. You heard what God said. Hear the words of your God, O man. I am your brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Profit thou with my wisdom, and be admonished by my love. For as I am your elder brother, so shall it be with you. Also to rise up in time, and look back to mortals, and call them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. To Jehovah the Creator, all adoration and glory forever. Amen. By and through the Creator is all life and motion and power, things seen and unseen, little brother. Little brother, listen. Nor is there any angel in heaven so high or sufficiently wise to comprehend the Creator in his entirety, nor to see him as you see your fellow man. For he is within all and beyond and over all, being ever present in all places, doing by virtue of his presence, quickening all the living into life, the most adorable of all things. Even as the sun is to the light of the day, so is Jehovah to the understanding of all the living. Whereupon to contemplate is the road to everlasting life, rising in wisdom, love, and power forever. Hear thy God, O man. This is a highlightable verse. Verse 14. The book of discipline, chapter 1, verse 14 states, hear thy God, O man, and distinguish then that the two, God and Jehovah, or the Creator, are not the same one, nor more is thy God than what you shall be in a time to come. First mortality, meaning you're going to be immortal, then death, meaning you're going to die, which is the first resurrection, where all the spirits of the dead are, the angels dwelling with mortals amongst the earth, right? So let me pause for a second because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. In this part of the OWASP, Earth, Sky, Spirit, the book of discipline, chapter 1, it literally states, you can pull it up right now if you want to on PDF version online. It shows you that God reveals that he is our brother, meaning an ancestor, one of our foreparents, right? That he lived like us as a mortal. He died. He rose up into the organic heavens above our heads that we call heaven, to a holy place. And he was given that title of God. In verse 17, it says, as a kingdom on earth has a king, and the king is nevertheless immortal, so in like manner is the heavenly place of your God a kingdom of angels. And the chief over them is God, who is an angel also. So God is a title given to a high raised angel, who is just a ruler over the angels and the mortals of that earth, or that kingdom in the heaven. So in the Bible, it says that it has us thinking that God, or Lord God, or the Lord is the creator. That's a problem, because the creator is not a God at all. The God and goddesses are the sons and daughters of the creator, who he gave the title of to rule over. He gave them the title God to rule over a locality of people in the heavens or on the earth. That's it. The creator is everywhere. The difference is God ain't everywhere. God sits on a throne in a kingdom. He's in a localized community. The creator is everywhere at all times throughout the entire cosmos, and his magnitude is so immense. You can't even fathom him in his entirety. You see that? So we've been taught that to worship God, but no, you don't worship God. You're going to become God one day. Just like God, our big brother said, you're going to get on this level one day. Y'all niggas is in kindergarten right now. Y'all in preschool. Y'all just mortals. You just mortals learning on the earth right now. When y'all come out your bodies and rise up in spirit to the organic heavens, one day you can be given the title of God. That's what our brothers are saying in the spiritual, you know what I'm saying? That's the inspiration. So the difference is the creator is everywhere, all places, knows all. His inspiration is not to kill nobody. But the problem is, see, you got true gods who rock with the great spirit, and they inspire us and other angels to good works unto others, to service unto others, right? Righteous acts of service, good works. That's how you raise up a spirit. But the false gods, on the other hand, who exist in the lower heavens of the earth, touching the ground, which is commonly called Hada or Hades or hell, right? Hell is just the lowest part of the breathable atmosphere that we breathing in right now. Just take a deep breath. We already in hell now. This is the lowest part of the heavens. The heavens start from the ground and they go all the way up to forever and ever and ever. You see what I'm saying? So, when you understand that the lower heavens are populated with the false deities, like the biblical God, he's not the most high. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the word Lord in the ranks of angels is the lowest title in the ranks of angels. So he's not the most high, he's the most low. When you look at that term in the Bible where it says capital Lord, and you look behind it and it says Yahweh or whatever, Yod He Vav He, that Lord, it just shows you that whoever that Yod He Vav He, that Yahweh is, he's a Lord. That's his rank in the ranks of angels. So Yahweh is only a Lord. He's not even a Lord God or a God. He's the most low. He's not the most high. Y'all still hear me? I don't know if y'all can still hear me. Hold on. My bad. I don't know. I was just going in too hard. Can you hear me? Am I echoing?
Was it?
I said, am I echoing?
Yeah, you cutting up.
Hold on. What about now?
Oh, it look like there's two of you back here. Let me add the other one.
Oh, drop one.
I'm gonna drop the other one in.
Oh, I didn't even know I was the only one in here. All them niggas ran up out of here. Ah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, I just came back from the basement. Took another load out the dryer.
Man, that's so funny, man. I just been up here rapping. Is anybody even in the chat?
Yeah, it's like 7 people watching right now.
Oh, okay. Them niggas probably. I'm just going in on what the difference between God and the Creator, the Great Spirit. God is a title given to a high-raised angel who was once immortal, just like us. You know what I'm saying? So the Creator of all is the Creator is ever present, and He's all in all. In Owaspy, in the beginning of Owaspy, in the first book called the Book of Jehovah or Jehovah. It states in chapter 1 that all was, all meaning everything was, all is, and all ever shall be. Then it states that the all spake, and motion was, and is, and ever shall be. And being positive, meaning in energetically being positive, was called he and him, but not in reference to like testicles or anything like that. The creator don't have testicles. He's all of it, right? And being positive, we say he and him. He said, I am, and he comprehended all things. There's nothing the creator doesn't know and can't comprehend. Owaski makes it clear. He comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. Nor is there aught in all the universe but what is a part of him. He said, I am the soul of all, and the all that is seen is part of my person and my body. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence is life. By virtue of my presence are the living brought forth into life. I am the quickener, the mover, the creator, the destroyer. I am first and last. Of two apparent entities am I. Nevertheless, I am but one. These entities are the unseen, which is potent, and the seen, which is of itself impotent and called corpor or physicality, right? With these two entities in likeness thereby of myself, I made all the living. As the life is of the potent part, so is the corporeal part of the impotent part. And chief over all that live on the earth, I made man, male and female, I made them, that man might distinguish me. I commanded him to give me a name by virtue of my presence. That's the part that I love about this first chapter. The creator's presence is the reason for everything. The fact that the creator is present in all places is the reason why everything is moving, why everything has life, why we're talking to each other right now. So we've been thinking that God is somehow far away from us, or he's coming back to us, like he left and he's coming back, or like we have this picture of God somehow cracking the sky and coming back on a white horse. You know what I'm saying? And yet in Owaspy, it makes it clear, first of all, the creator always was, he always is, and he ever shall be forever. He ain't, and he's ever present in all places. You know, he ain't no more closer to Yeshua or Moses or Abraham than he is to us right now. He ain't no more closer to the highest raised angel in the highest heavens than he is to A1, to Prince Judavon Cosmon, to anybody listening. The creator is right there with all of us. There's nothing separating our souls from him. We're connected. You see what I'm saying? So, and then to know that he has a progression for us beyond mortality to godhood or goddesshood is fucking dope to me. It's just dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't know. It just gives me inspiration to keep doing good for other people, man. Even though it's darkness all around, you know, it's confusion all around. It's a whole bunch of false gods lying and politicians lying and confusion and people emotional about how they feel and what they believe and all this stuff. But the truth of the matter is, like the creator gang always say, the creator is undefeated, bro. The creator is undefeated. And he's the most simply understood of all things. Why? Because he speaks directly to your soul from all sides. I don't care if you see a coloring book, if you see your daughter smile, if you see a bird flying, if you just see the sunrise. The creator is, all of it is his voice. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking it all and moving it all, and he's feeling everything, and he knows and comprehends everything. So if you read in your spiritual text, like in the Bible, right, it says that this is how another reason why I knew that Yeshua wasn't the creator of all, because he literally said himself in the Bible that he don't even know the day or the time or the hour in which the culmination of all things will be. So, well, if you've been from the beginning and you was there in when the creation started, and you the creator, you should know everything. The fact that you don't know lets me know that you're not the creator. You my brother though, because you told me straight up. I respect you, Yeshua, because you told me directly, nigga, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So now I know you and you told me to pray to the Father. So I know you're not the creator. I know that the Romans in the Nicene Council of Constantine and them early church fathers created a narrative inspired by a false god, by the way. You know what I'm saying? In order to dupe the people into man worship and idol worship and God worship and fear-based doctrine of going to hell if you don't worship said God. You know what I'm saying? It was very easy at a certain point for me to discern that book was not written from my you know what I'm saying, my spiritual progression. Because of the attributes of the God, he had me in fear. He had me thinking it was cool for me to hate white people and to hope for the day where I get to dash their babies' heads against a stone, according to the prophecy in the book of Psalms, chapter 139. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the intestinal fortitude to check yourself when you're reading that, like, hold on, did God just say he wants me to kill somebody's baby by slamming their skulls against rocks? If that don't make you scratch your head and feel some kind of way, bro, listen, I don't know what to say, bro. But I'll tell you one thing, in the OWASP, you ain't never gonna see nothing like that. Nothing. If you really read OWASP, bro, you will never ever see any God, any true gods or the creator telling somebody to kill somebody. Matter of fact, I should just read some more of this shit since I'm on here jabbering. I just love sharing. I love sharing this shit, bro. Cause niggas be talking. People be out here talking that talk. Oh, the word is the devil book says black people is cursed. Say we the what? Woo. All right, let me see. Let's see. What can I pull out? Let's see. Let's go to
They be at y'all neck, man. Waspy people.
Yeah, bro. Look, I'm gonna go to see what Yeshua say in Owaspy.
Let's go.
Let's see what Yeshua teaches. Uh-oh. Book of Ezra, chapter 44. Where is it? Hey, this is a fun night. I ain't got nobody talking shit right now. I could just actually chill out and read some. All right, let's see.
Catch up on your studies and read all out to everybody else. Fuck it.
Man, might as well, because I'll be doing this anyway. All right, here we go. Book of Ezra, Earth, Sky, Spirit, OISP, chapter XLIV. The doctrines of Yeshua, aka Yeshua, and his death. This is what he taught and how he died, according to the OISP, according to the history. All right, so check it out. Say, God said, these are my doctrines as I taught through Yeshua. This is what Yeshua taught. Thou shalt keep the commandments of Moshe. Thou shalt not engage in war, nor abet war. Thou shalt eat no flesh of any animal, or fish, or bird, or fowl, or creeping thing which Jehovah created alive. Thou shalt dwell in families. Thou shalt dwell in families after the manner of the ancient Israelites who held all things in common. It's all we all sharing. We a family. This is what Yeshua taught. Yeshua taught, thou shalt have no king or queen, nor bow down and worship to any, save thy creator. Yeshua taught, thou shalt not call on the name of angels to worship them, nor counsel with them on the affairs of earth. Yeshua taught, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, and do unto thy fellow man as thou wouldest have him do unto thee. Yeshua taught, thou shalt return good for evil, and pity to them that sin. It hath been said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I say, return good for evil. And if a man smite thee on one cheek, turn the other unto him also. Yeshua taught, the man shall have but one wife, and the woman but one husband. As the children honor the father, Yeshua say, so will the families be blessed with peace and plenty. That's beautiful right there. Let me read that again. It said, Yeshua taught that as the children honor the father, so will the family be blessed with peace and plenty. Yeshua taught, remember that all things are of the Creator, and you are his servants to help each other. As much as you do these services unto one another, so do you serve the Creator. Behold, only the virtues and wisdom in your neighbor. His faults you shall not discover. What? Yeshua said, look, behold only the virtues and the wisdom in your neighbors. Their faults you shall not discover, for their matters are with their Creator. That's cold right there. Boy, everybody want to talk about everybody's shortcomings and downfalls and how they ain't this and they ain't that and whoop-de-whoop. Man, Yeshua taught, only look at the wisdom in your neighbor. Only the things that he's good at. Only what you can praise him for. Don't be discovering his shortcomings and his faults and what he's, lacking in. That's crazy. I love that part. Yeshua taught, call not on the name of any gods or lords in worship, but worship Jehovah the Creator only. That's Creator gang all day. That's what we stand 10 toes on. What Yeshua taught, call not on the name of any God or Lord in worship, but worship Creator only. Gang, you dig what I'm talking about? Yeshua taught, and when you pray, let your prayers be after this manner. Great Spirit Jehovah, O Creator, who rulest in heaven and earth, hallowed be thy name and reverenced amongst men. Sufficient unto me is my bread, and as much as I forgive those that trespass against me, so make thou me steadfast to shun temptation. For all honor and glory are thine, worlds without end. Amen. Yeshua taught to visit the sick and the distressed, the helpless and the blind, to relieve them, to provide for the widows and the orphans, to keep thyself unspotted before men. These are the way of redemption. He didn't say nothing about blood, nothing about sacrificing lambs and goats, nothing about his own blood will cover your sins and you'll be redeemed. No. Yeshua taught that to visit the sick and the distressed, the helpless and the blind, to relieve them, to provide for the widows and the orphans, and to keep yourself unspotted before men. These are the way of redemption. Nothing about blood. Only false gods require blood sacrifices for redemption. Yeshua taught, thou shalt take no part in the governments of men, but observe the will of the Creator, being obedient to governments for his sake. So he don't want you up there, politician and politics, all that. No. Just be obedient and do good. You know what I'm saying? Verse 23, Yeshua taught that all men are the children of one Father, who is Jehovah. And whoever chooses him and keepeth his commandments is his chosen. It don't matter what race you is, if you an Edomite, if you a Moabite, if you a Chaldean, none of that matters. Yeshua taught all men are the children of one Father, who is the Creator. And whoever chooses the Creator and keeps his commandments is his chosen. Not just Israel. To preserve the seed of his chosen, thou shalt not wed, but with the chosen. Excuse me. Yeshua taught, contend not with any man for your opinion's sake, nor for any earthly thing, but let your speech be for another's joy, and open not your mouth if your words will give pain. Yeshua taught, therefore, be considerate of your speech, and you teach others by gentleness, teach others by love, and be respectful toward all men. Yeshua taught that we should preserve the sacred days of the rabbis and the ceremonies of the Amethakava, which is the word for the brotherhood of light, right? All right, so now let's check out what happened furthermore. In verse 29, it says that for 3 years, Yahshua traveled amongst the Israelites, preaching and restoring the ancient doctrines, what we just read. And there were gathered in groups of 10s and 20s and 50s, more than 2,000 Israelites of the ancient order of Moshe, who became steadfast followers of Joshua. But because of persecution by the apostate Jews, the fake Jews, they kept themselves aloof from the world, having signs and passwords whereby they knew each other. They was throwing up signs like, oh, that's the homie over there, that's Cuz. He just threw up the woo up, the whoop-de whoop, you know what I'm saying? All right. But then this the persecution from the apostate Jews, first through the god, the false god Baal, and then after him, Thoth, who was Allah, basically. They inspired the kings and the rulers against the faithists. And they proved them by commanding them to eat flesh, even swine's flesh, which, if they refused, it was testimony sufficient before the laws to convict them of being enemies against the gods. So Yeshua taught, we don't eat no flesh, no animals, no fish, no bird, and we don't eat no flesh that the Creator gave a breath of life to, right? And so the apostate Jews during the time of Yeshua were being inspired by the false gods Baal and Thoth, who inspired the kings and the rulers against the followers of Yeshua, who were the faithists. And they proved them, if y'all faithists, if you're not a faithist, eat this meat, eat this swine's flesh. And if they refused, it was sufficient enough to convict them against being enemies against the gods. Your diet is connected to your God too. Diet is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? All right, verse 34. Yeshua, this is what they did. They scourged them, they put them to death whenever they found the followers of Yeshua, the faithists. Now it came to pass, this is what Owaspi say. Now it came to pass that Yeshua went to Jerusalem to preach. And in not many days thereafter, he was accused of preaching Jehovah, the great spirit, the creator. And he was arrested. And while he was being carried to prison, Yeshua said, y'all hypocrites, y'all blasphemers, you practice none of the commandments, but all the evils of Satan. Behold, the temple shall be rent in twain, and ye shall become vagabonds in the earth. And at that time, the multitude cast stones upon him, and they killed him. And Jehovah, the creator, sent a chariot of fire and bore his soul to paradise. Book of Esra, chapter XLIV, Earth, Sky, Spirit, OISP. That's the doctrines of Yeshua and his death, according to the record in OISP. So it just lays out what Yeshua was talking about doing his ministry and how he died. Most people believe he was crucified on the cross. In OISP, it shows he was stoned to death because he was preaching the Creator. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just one interesting little story. If y'all didn't know, in OISP, yeah, it talk about Yeshua's whole life, how he was born, the star of Bethlehem. That's dope. That's a dope part of OISP. It shows you that how the angels, the Bethlehem star in OISP is actually a star ship. It was an Etherian ship or a heavenly ship that came to bear witness of Yeshua's birth. So it was actually spirits in that ship. It was angels. You know what I'm saying? And what they thought it was a star. It was actually a ship. That's pretty dope. But yeah, so OISP, man, just to give y'all some background information, those of you who've been hearing people talking mess, whatever y'all been hearing, I'm just gonna let you know. First of all, don't believe nothing. Just get the book yourself. If you're really a studier, if you're really curious, if you really want to learn about what it is, just get you one.
You can order it on Amazon, $30. And I ain't trying to push the book as if it's, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's dope. It's dope information. It ain't like a religion, you know what I mean, or a cult or nothing like that. But it talk about the Israelites, the whole history of Israel, talks about Sumer, like we were talking about earlier, talk about Obekle Tepe. It's so much historical facts in Owaspy that weren't even found until the 1900s, y'all. Owaspy was created in 1881. And it talks about Gobekli Tepe, where it was at, what the function of it is, who made it, you know what I'm saying, and the exact time period that we calculate today as 12,000 years ago. Owaspy talks about it before it was even unearthed. So you can't tell me. So if it's true, right, that our spirits progress after life and we ascend into the heavens and become angels, and there's billions and countless of angels in the atmosphere around us today, right now. Some of them angels been dead 1,000 years, 15,000 years, 20, 40, 30, 100,000 years of experience, life in the unseen world, right? Some of those same angels, or that used to be more, some of those same mortals that were there alive during Gobekli Tepe's development, the ones who actually built it, they've long been dead. But guess what? Their spirits are still in the atmosphere. So let's just say some of those spirits came to inspire John Ballo Nubro when he was producing this text that we hold in our hands today. They would be the only ones with the information about where it was at, how it was built, what it do, because they're the ones that created it. So what I'm stating is that it's not impossible, and we all believe, who are spiritual, who hold Bibles and Qurans and African spirituality texts, we all believe that angels or spirits of the dead can communicate with us today. That's not a far-fetched concept to most of us. We believe, yeah, man, our grandparents are watching over us. They're inspiring us from a holy place in the heavens. We all believe that right now. That one day when we die, we'll ascend and see them again and be reunited with our loved ones in the heavenly kingdoms of the earth. We all believe that shit, or trust that that's the case. So all I'm saying is that if an angel does come to you and give you a revelation, and it can you show it to be true? What Owaspy is showing to be true is that whatever angels came to John Ballo Nubro in 1881 wasn't lying to him about certain shit, especially like Gobekli Tepe. It's in Owaspy. They didn't find out it was actually a real thing until they unearthed it in the 1900s. To me, I'm like, okay, obviously one of them angels that was one of them people that was there came back and let him know what was up. And that's not far-fetched to me, because we always say we get inspired by angels, and we believe the prophets of old were inspired by angels, and not just angels, but the creator directly. So niggas always want to be spooky about this shit, but it's nothing spooky about it, bro. We live forever. Your spirit was created by the great spirit who is eternal. So you're eternal. My daughters are eternal. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no stop to this shit. One day, A1 gonna be 3,000 years old. One day he'll be 300,000 years old. Still learning, still growing, still attaining to higher wisdom and knowledge and power and love with the great spirit, onwards and upwards forever. It don't stop, ever. And what we need to realize is that the only reason it don't stop is because the creator's presence is here now with us today. And every time you feel inspired to do good for somebody else, that's not just coming from you just naturally. Your spirit is being inspired by something higher than you, whether it's a true God, a guardian angel, or the great spirit directly. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go read this shit real quick. There's a whole book of inspiration. Again, Owaspy is so fucking fire. Excuse my language. But there's a book called The Book of Inspiration that explains how the creator inspires all of creation. It's called The Book of Inspiration. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna go to chapter 8.
because in chapter 8 it explains to you the creator's direct inspirations upon your heart and soul. So you know exactly when the creator's talking to you. It's not a question. When you feel these inspirations, just know it's coming from the Father. All right, check this out. Book of Inspiration, OA, Speed, Earth, Sky, Spirit. Creator say, although all inspiration goeth from me to all the living directly, yet I also created man susceptible to indirect inspirations from all my creations. Whatsoever receiveth from me direct is in harmony with me, saith the Creator. For instance, the lilies and the roses I created perfect in their order. The female bird I inspired to build her nest in season, perfectly in her order. Even so is it with all my created beings, except for man. All the rest err not in the order I made them, and they all fulfill the glory for which I made them. But because I made man capacitated to receive inspiration from all things, man manifests both evil and good, according to his birth and surroundings. So is man good or bad? Nevertheless, I created man with the capacity to comprehend this also, because I designed him from the first to work his way up to the Godhead, understanding all below him. I sent my angels to man, teaching him how to distinguish the difference in the inspirations upon him, that he might govern himself accordingly. My angels said to man, become one with your creator. These are his direct inspirations. Okay, what's his direct inspiration, God? What's his direct inspiration, big brother, big sister? The angel said to love the creator above all else and your neighbor as yourself. That inspiration right there. When you love the creator above everything and you love your neighbor as yourself, that inspiration is coming directly from the creator. No middleman, no Jesus, no Lord God, none of that. When you love the creator above all and you love your neighbor as yourself, that's direct from the great spirit. Check this one out. To be delightful only and to not give pain. When you are inspired to be delightful and to not give pain, that's coming from the creator. Watch this. What is it? What is the direct inspiration of the creator? To not kill. To kill not. This is what the angels are telling us, telling man. How do you know the direct inspiration? When my inspiration coming directly from the great spirit, whenever you're inspired not to kill, that inspiration is coming from the Father. Verse 12, to do not violence against his creatures. Okay, so whenever I see a dog in the road and I decide not to hit the gas and get 10 points, or if I see a squirrel run across the road and I decide not to kill it, that inspiration is coming directly from the creator. The inspiration not to kill something. Woo, that's fire right there, bro. That's fire. All right. The next inspiration that comes directly from the Great Spirit is to be considerate of the liberty of all living, of all the living. Be considerate of a man's liberty, to be free with the Creator to do whatever he want to do in the sense that he chooses, right? We don't believe it. The Creator ain't inspiring no slavery. The Creator's inspiration is to consider liberty, not to consider slavery. All right. So let's keep going. I'm almost done to keep reading now. I don't want to get too convoluted. The Creator's direct inspiration is to not interdict the happiness and the hope of others, only where you can return the transcendent glory in hope in place thereof. So to not take away somebody's happiness only unless you can give them something greater. So what I always tell people when I start talking about false gods and the biblical God and shit, listen, first of all, I want y'all to know I'm not here just to tear your God down, right? And take your religion from you. What I'm really trying to help my brothers in this Hebrew community, in this conscious community, what the Creator Gang is here to help niggas understand is we trying to help you know that the Creator is present with you right now. It's a higher light. It's a transcendent glory. Yeah, we've been worshiping false gods. Yeah, we was all duped. Yeah, I worshiped the man of war too. Yeah, I was down with all the killing and all that in the beginning when I was in the Bible too. But when the Creator showed me a higher light, I leveled up, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not down with that. That don't even sound righteous. Sacrificing goats and lambs, spilling blood, going to war, killing. No, none of that stuff sounds righteous to me now. So I'm not trying to just come and take away your happiness for being Hebrews and being, the chosen ones, the ones that's supposed to help inspire the people to back to righteousness, back to the Torah, back to the laws or whatever. I'm with all of that. But all I'm saying is there's a higher light when it comes to understanding how to discern between the false God and the Creator, right? So the inspiration from the Great Spirit is to not interdict the happiness of others unless you can return a transcendent glory, something higher in place of it. Yeah, we taking away the false gods and giving y'all the Creator back, something higher, right? All right, the last verse 15, well, the last part of that section, it states that these are the direct inspirations of the Creator. So one more time from the top, the direct inspirations from the Creator is to love the Creator above all else, your neighbor as yourself, to give delights only and not pain, to kill not, to do not violence against his creatures, to be considerate of the liberty and freedom of all the living, and to interdict not the happiness and hope of others, only where you can return a transcendent glory and hope in place thereof, right? These are the direct inspirations from your Creator. But these are the evil inspirations, oh man. This is what the angel said. These come from your birth and your surroundings, which is formerly called Satan. The inspiration to kill comes from Satan. The inspiration to slander comes from Satan. The inspiration to punish comes from Satan. The inspiration to destroy the Creator's created beings comes from Satan. The inspiration to strive for yourself above somebody else comes from Satan. To gratify your flesh at the expense of purity or wisdom comes from Satan. To be false before the Creator comes from Satan. To be false to yourself. You can't keep it real with yourself. That's coming from Satan. To even speak falsely at all. Niggas up here just lying and just saying whatever about a book they ain't read. That inspiration, speaking falsely, comes from Satan. To covet somebody else's stuff. Oh, I want his car. I want his wife. I want his house. I want his job. That's coming from Satan, that covetous energy. And then it even goes into sexual behavior, talking about to cohabit in the gestative period, which means to lay with your woman while she's bleeding or while she's pregnant. That energy is not coming from the Creator. And in the last one, it states, so you know without guessing that to engage in strife or to aid and abet conflicts are all the fruit of carnivorous eating, which is transmitted in birth. So the book of inspiration lays out over numerous chapters. I just went to chapter 8 because it talks about how you can discern the direct inspirations of the Creator to your soul and your mind. The Creator ain't never gonna tell you to kill nothing. He's never gonna tell you to go to war ever. You know what I'm saying? That inspiration comes from a false god, and I'm gonna read it right here in the book of Esdras. I'm gonna spill the beans right now on who the Antichrist really is. The nigga that y'all worship as Christ in your biblical text is actually the Antichrist for real. Watch this. I'm just cooking now. OISP, Earth, Sky, Spirit, God's Book of Esra, chapter XLVII. The title of the chapter is Luamon falsely announces himself as the Christe or the Christ. I hope y'all paying attention to this. This is interesting right here. The Lord said, behold, it came to pass as had been foretold by God, the true God, Jehovah's Son, that the triunes or the Trinity gods will all become false gods because they have denied the Almighty. True God said, there is but one who is all knowledge. Whatsoever angel or God announces himself to be the all knowledge is false in the presence of the Creator, Jehovah. Nevertheless, Luamon had it proclaimed in heaven and earth that he was the Christe, which is the Ahamic expression for all knowledge. So the term Christ or Christe is a Ahamic expression, which means all knowledge or all knowing. Christ means all knowing. Allah means all knowing. Buddha means all knowing. Brahma means all knowing. It all has to do with the highest knowledge, right? So what happens here is that this angel, whose name is Luamon, although he knew that he ain't the Christ, he had it proclaimed in heaven and earth that he was the all-knowing, all-highest creator. Verse 4 states that the Lord said, now therefore, Luamon was from this time forth a false god in heaven and earth. Why? Because he just an angel. He's a God that proclaimed himself to be the all-knowing. The true God said there is only one who knows all things, and that's the Creator. If any angel in heaven or any God proclaims himself to be the all-knowing, is false. And Luamon, this angel, didn't care. He said, nigga, it's me. I'm the Most High. Now check it out. Verse 5 says, and Luamon commanded Thoth, his angel warrior, in command of his earthly dominions, to rise up tribes of warriors amongst mortals. And by the inspiration of said Thoth, these warriors were induced to call themselves Christians or Christians. Woo-wee! So wait, hold on. This false angel named Luamon then proclaimed himself to be Christ, the all-knowing. And he commanded his hitman, his warrior angel, whose name is Thoth, to raise up warriors amongst mortals. And by the inspiration of Thoth, these warriors on earth were induced to call themselves Christians. God said that the true God said that man may know that this is true. Behold, the followers of Jehovah the Creator are not warriors, nor have they ever been. Jehovah said, this mark I put upon man from the time of Cain to the present day right now, that whoever rises his hand against his brother rises his hand against me also. And this mark shall distinguish my servants to the end of the world. Behold, I alone am all knowledge. Now it came to pass that from this time forth, that great success attended the wars of Luamon for the glory of his for his heavenly kingdoms. Wait, let me stop. Let me pause real quick. So what I just read in the book of Esra in OISP, Earth, Sky, Spirit, chapter XLVII, it states that there was an angel named Luamon who falsely announced himself as the Christ. The true gods is actually explaining this in the spiritual plane. They're explaining the history of who the Antichrist is. Okay? The Lord said, behold, it came to pass, as it had been foretold by true God, Jehovah's Son, that the triunes, aka the Trinity, will all become false gods. Why? Because they have denied the Almighty. The true God said, there is but one who is the all knowledge, and whatsoever angel or God announces himself to be the all knowledge is false in the presence of Jehovah. Nevertheless, Luamon had it proclaimed in heaven and earth that he was the Christ, which is the Christe, which is the Ahamic word or expression for all knowledge. The true Lord said, now, therefore, Luamon was from this time forth a false god in heaven and earth. Check. So Luamon is a false god, claiming to be Christ. And Luamon commanded his angel, he commanded Thoth, his angel warrior, to command his earthly dominions to raise up tribes of warriors amongst mortals. And by the inspiration of Thoth, these warriors were induced to call themselves Christians. Now check this out. Count in your mind, man. You can't even count in your mind how many millions of people have been murdered on earth via the wars and crusades under the Christian religion. Since the Crusades, the Inquisitions, all of these were Christian wars where innocent people were killed because they didn't believe in their God, who is what we're realizing, what we're finding out and being revealed right now, is Luamon. The Christ that they fought for is this angel who falsely proclaims himself as the creator, being the all-knowing. The people who he inspired on earth were called Christians, and they were warriors. Jehovah's and God said that man may know this is true, so that you know I'm not capping. The true followers of Jehovah are not warriors, nor have they ever been. So if your God is a man of war, you should know the creator don't got nobody to war with. Jehovah said, this mark I put upon man from the time of Cain to the present day, that whoever rises his hand against his brother rises his hand against me also. And this mark shall distinguish my servants to the end of the world. Behold, I alone am all knowledge. So the mark of the servants of Jehovah is we don't kill people in wars. We're not warriors. Yeah, y'all, can you hear me? I'm back. My bad. I was just saying, y'all, y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I was just proving that the inspiration that was given from this false god Luamon, who is the Antichrist, was war amongst his Christian worshipers. So the creator said in Oahspe that I put a mark upon Cain from the time of Cain to this day, that whoever wars against his brother is warring against me also. If you raise your hand against your brother, you raise your hand against me. So the mark of the beast is bloodshed. The mark of the beast is war. But the biblical God states plainly that he's a man of war. Watch this. What happened after Luamon proclaimed himself as the all knowledge of the Christ? Check this out. Now it came to pass that from this time forth great success attended the wars of Luamon for the glory of his heavenly kingdoms. And for the space of 300 years, Luamon gradually gained on Baal and his alliances, both on earth and in heaven. So it's war going on right now in the lower heavens of the earth and on the earth, because as above, so below. Y'all know Donald Trump and them just dropped bombs, right? They're being inspired by a war that's going on in the heavens, in the lower heavens, I'm saying. So anyway, let me get to what I'm saying.
So let me get to it. Let's see. Let me go ahead a little bit. I want to get to the part where he starts talking about let me see. There's a part in here that is exactly word for word in the King James Version Bible. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Watch this. I don't want to read all of it because it's got 30 verses, but I'm gonna jump over. So we talking about the false Christ, the Antichrist. If y'all never, y'all think, I don't know who y'all think the Antichrist is, but in Owaspy it tells you plainly, and it gives you the time on a timeline when he began his false heavenly kingdoms in the heavens and the inspirations upon the mortals on the earth. This is the same dude. If you a Hebrew Israelite or whatever, you know the history of the Nicene councils, the Council of Nicaea, and Constantine. Constantine claimed himself that he saw an angel. He saw an apparition in heaven, and he told him such and such and such. The angel that he saw was this nigga Luamon, this false Christ. And I'm gonna prove it as I keep reading. But it's on the time, Owaspy, all of this stuff is not just, it's on an actual historical timeline. So you can see when in the heavens, when these wars began, is at the same time that they began on the earth. So you can track it. And you can also check the gods that are being worshipped at that time by those same warriors. Those, you can see when they're being inspired. Anyways, let me get to this point, this dagger verse right here. This is the same false god, Luamon, who's the Antichrist of the Bible. He states this. This is what he states. Verse 30 says, henceforth, I go not down to send peace on earth. I go not to send peace, but a sword. I go to set man at variance against his brother and father, and mother against her sister and mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. I will make the foes of a man, they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that will not take up his sword and proclaim me is not worthy of me. My sign shall be a sword, a skull and crossbones, and a bull. My edict shall be bulls, and by these shall my enemies be destroyed. Before me shall every knee bow down, and every tongue confess me Lord of all. Behold, I will give them a book and a guide, whereby they shall know me. In blood I will seal them to the end of the world. The Lord said, while Luamon the false god was yet bewailing, behold, Thoth, his chief warrior god, came upon him, saying, alas, O my master, thy followers have no king or queen on the earth to protect them. Thy mortal Christian warriors who drew the sword to establish thee have been slaughtered in Cardalia, Cyprus, Athena, Thessalonica, Dalmatia, Laoconia, Nepal, Seleucia, Macedonia, Galatia, Scythia. He just telling them, look, your forces is being destroyed right now. You getting your ass whooped. So what I'm explaining to y'all is that the verse I just read was word for word what it said of Jesus, the Christ, in your King James New Testament scripture. Y'all all know that verse. I think it's Matthew 25, where Jesus is stating, I don't come to send peace on earth, but a sword. I come to separate man against his blah, blah, blah. Nigga, that's right here in Owaspy.
And it's being stated not by Jesus Christ, but the Antichrist, who is a false god named Luamon. That's, you can only find that in Oahspe, homie. The Antichrist is revealed in Oahspe. And by the way, he already went to hell. But any god that's talking war, dude, the creator is not a warrior. He never has been, nor are his people. We ain't the ones talking about, yeah, let's go over here and drop the bomb. We're not the ones talking about, yeah, let's dash the baby's heads on the stone. We're not the ones talking about, yeah, let's have, we're not doing it. The creator's inspiration directly to my soul right now, today, in real time, is don't kill nothing. Don't hurt nothing I gave the breath of life to. We over here teaching peace. Love your neighbor, serve others. That's how you raise and redeem your spirit. It's not through war and contention and strife and anger and hatred. No. That's not how you raise your spiritual grades. You can only raise your spiritual grade up and redeem your spirit to higher levels by serving others and doing good to yourself and doing a little bit of that good to somebody else. To purify your body is easy. I haven't ate no animal flesh in 5 years. No burgers, no steaks, no shrimp, no lobster. I ain't touched none of that. And no flesh of any animal for 5 years straight. I only been eating fruits and vegetables, juicing, drinking teas, water. I still eat processed food, chips and stuff like that. But I'm not eating on nothing that got blood in it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you learn to just judge the benefits of eating fruits and vegetables, scientifically speaking, the benefits of the body of fasting and drinking teas and, what I'm saying, compared to eating fast food and steaks and flesh, barbecue, chicken, the health benefits in nature objectively is that if I stay off the meat, I'm going to live longer. I'm going to be clearer headed. I'm going to be less angry and violent. I'm going to be more balanced. And I proved it to myself by doing it. So but what I'm saying is, to purify the body is easy work. To stop eating meat, for me, that shit was easy. And my dad is a 5-star chef. My mom is a 5-star chef. They own restaurants. My dad got brisket, pork ribs every day smoking at the crib. But I'm like, I grew up on it. But I realized the creator is like, nah, nigga, you ain't supposed to be eating like that. It's objective, scientifically proven by if you how much your body thrives when you don't eat that shit. But you've been told that your whole life that Jesus fed the 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. That's the only text you've ever read. So that's all you know. Jesus fed 8 fish. Jesus ate fish. You know what I'm saying? That's all you know. But check it out. I just read to you in Oahspe that Yeshua never ate flesh of any animal. Matter of fact, he taught not to. So now what you gonna do with that? Are you gonna just be like, okay, I'm just gonna be cognitive dissonant and not give a hell, you know what I'm saying, about the reality and the facts? I'm just gonna believe what I believe because I just want to desire to eat this way, which is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But just understand that there is a higher way, and the creator is moving all of humanity. There's gonna be a point in, I promise y'all, I can prophesy it right now. There's gonna be a point in time in the human existence where we stop eating all animals. There's gonna be no more killing of animals after a while. If y'all check this out, this is so atrocious. If you Google in your phone right now, animal kill clock, just Google animal kill clock, and the first link that pops up, click it. I dare you. I double dog dare you to type in your phone right now, animal kill clock, and then click the first link that pops up. And when you do that, it's gonna blow your fucking mind how many animals they're clocking in real time. You're gonna see the number. It's just going up. It's still going up right now. Click the link and you're gonna see the number going up from like 8 billion, 16 billion, whatever, how many billion, and it tells you exactly how many of each animal. The pigs, the chickens, the ducks, the geese, everything that's being slaughtered right now, real time, is being clocked. That's diabolically atrocious to me. These niggas is slaughtering these animals by the billions. And it still ain't even enough, because when you start thinking about McDonald's, they feeding how many people a day? How many burgers they sell a day? Where y'all getting all this meat from? It's impossible that it's just cow meat. It's impossible. Ain't enough cows. Y'all killing them too fast. And we got the numbers that y'all killing in real time. Now, my question is that the Creator's inspiration? Is that the Great Spirit inspiring us to slaughter all these animals and clock it? Man, look, I'm telling you, that's not, none of that shit is righteous. But like I said, it's a progression of humanity. All of humanity we're all progressing in real time to become awakened to this higher light of the presence of the Great Spirit and his inspiration. We're all being moved to a higher level, if you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I just wanted to, talk about that a little bit. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's easy. That's what I was saying. It's easy to purify your flesh. Like, stop eating meat, eat fruits and vegetables, fast, drink tea, whoop-de-whoop, right? Detox. That's easy work. But it's a little bit tougher, though. Take it from somebody who knows. It's a little bit tougher to purify your thoughts and your actions. It's easy to stop eating meat and blood and all that. But it's much more difficult, and it's much more of a discipline to purify your thoughts and your spirit. That's the practice that we got to get to. Whether you eat meat or not, are you a good person? Whether you praise Jesus or Allah, I don't give a damn. Are you a good person? Can I trust you around my daughters? Or are you going to somehow be inspired if your God tell you that I'm an infidel to kill my children? Do I got to worry about that? Real talk. Because that's really all it's about. Is are you helping other people? Or are you hurting other people? Is your God inspiring you to help others or to ostracize others and hate other people like Esau? You know what I'm saying? It's really easy, my nigga. Owaski makes it so easy. And it explains the origins of these gods who inspired mortals to war. The Creator said straight up in the book of Esther, he said, nigga, my people are never been inspired to war, ever. I'm not a warrior. My people are not warriors. Think about this. If you had all power and you had all wisdom and knowledge and all the capacity to love and all the capacity to give all of who you are and what's right, you got all of that. Why would you be jealous of your creation? If I created anything, if I made it, why would I be jealous of it? You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. The Creator, I'm sure he comprehends jealousy. I'm sure he knows what jealousy is. I'm sure he feels jealousy as far as the way we feel it, because he understands all things. But he himself cannot be bound to a jealous state to the point where he judges you based on jealousy. That's not the Creator. So when you start to question the character of your God, my nigga, and then you realize that you are the Savior. You your own Savior. You don't need a man to save you. You don't need the blood of an animal or the blood of Jesus or Yeshua to save you. That's not how you gain redemption. You are your own Savior. The day you say, you know what, I'm gonna start loving my neighbor as myself, you started your redemption process right there. When you say, I'm gonna forgive them for their shortcomings, I'm gonna pity them instead of hating them, you already started your redemption journey. Without no blood needed. It was just a choice you made to choose the Creator, and then you became his chosen.
That's what Owaspy showed. I read that earlier. So I'm just saying, man, it's a whole bunch of practical wisdom that ain't super over your head. It's not super. I mean, it can get like that sometimes in Owaspy because it's deep. But overall, man, it ain't telling you to go to war with nobody. It ain't confusing you about the timeline and saying that the Earth is only 6,000 years old. When we got Göbekli Tepe that dates back 12,000 years at least. You know what I'm saying? Which is older than the whole cosmos. Come on, bro. Get out of here with that nonsense timeline. Makes no sense at all. And it's confusing everybody. Everybody's confused because the Bible's timeline fucked us all up. In reality, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? If we would have had the right starting point with the time, we would understand a whole lot more. Just simply speaking. So, you know, I just want to bring out that a little bit. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in here I can pull out. It's 3:15 in the morning, boy. I'm still feeling good. I should be sleepy by now. Oh yeah, let me get to this part real quick. Then I'll probably dip up out of here. I meant to read this earlier to the homie, but he was trying to overtalk me. We were talking about war. He kept saying stuff like, "Well, why? What do you say?" He said, "You just don't understand." Because I was saying, bro, if your God is a man of war, that's a red flag. If he say he's a man, first of all, if you're all gods and goddesses are one-time mortals. So every single god you ever heard of in your life was once a mortal, just like you. I don't care who you talking about. God is a title. Lord is a title. Lord God is a title. In your Bible, when you see them words, Lord, Lord God, and God, it's denoting an angel, not the creator. Check. Checkmate. I know some of y'all play chess. That's a checkmate. All gods, lords, Lord gods, guardian angels, ashars, whatever you call them, was once mortals just like us. So if your book is about a god, it's already tripping you up. The philosophy ain't about God. It's about the creator and how to attain to hear his voice and see his heavens in real time, in mortality while still yet in mortality, to be able to practically understand the spiritual unseen world around us. And it's very simple to understand: as above, so below. The heavens of the unseen world function much like the earth below. The fact that we have a government is because there's governments in heaven first. And and that inspiration came down to mortals. So now we have governments. That's how the shit works. If we got schools on earth, it's because there's schools in the atmosphere of the heavens unseen around us. Yeah. As above, so below. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? All that rah-rah talk niggas be talking on here, you be confusing people, man, but it's not hard. But let me get to this, what I was gonna read, and I'm out of here. Dealing with war. The brother was saying war is not bad. You said something? I'm sorry, you say something?
No, I was listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Came back.
Yeah,
the brother. Lay it down in a second.
I'm about to say. That's what I'm about to say. I'm about to read this. I'm about to slide. I'm out of weed, so
hey,
it's over with.
It's on you.
All right. God judges against war. God judges against war. The true God, right? This is what the Creator states in the book of Owaspy, the book of Judgment, chapter 32. Book of Judgment, chapter 32, verse 22. Owaspy, earth, sky, spirit. And this is the bondage. That's not good. Creator said, this the bondage that I put upon all such as obey not my judgments and conform thereto. They shall not rise above the first resurrection in heaven, whilst war remaineth upon the earth, even though their bondage be for 100 years,
or 1,000 years. Yet this my judgment against them shall not be put aside. Neither shall any king nor queen nor any other ruler in all the world impress as a soldier any man who was unwilling to engage in war. So we got in our country, we got what they call a draft, which the government says if you over 18, you got to enlist into the war. According to OASP, nigga, that's evil. The Creator said, neither shall any king nor queen nor any other ruler in all the world impress or force as a soldier any man who is unwilling to engage in war. Like me, I'm not going to war for none of y'all niggas, not ever. And you don't have a right, according to my Creator, to enforce upon me or impress me upon me to go to war if I don't want to. You dig what I'm saying? That's an OASP. So salute to Muhammad Ali, who was inspired by the Creator when he said, nigga, I'm not going to war to your Vietnam. They ain't doing nothing to me. Y'all the ones over here fucking with me. Muhammad Ali said, I'm not going to war because I don't want to. You can't make me. That inspiration came from the Creator directly to his soul. What did it say? I'm reading again. I'll keep going. Creator said, neither shall any king or queen nor any other ruler in the whole world impress as a soldier any man who was unwilling to engage in war. And whosoever obeyeth not this, my judgment, shall not rise above the first resurrection in heaven while war remains on the earth. Period. Let me just help y'all understand what the first resurrection is. Everybody enters the first resurrection, but it's the lowest part of your ascension into the higher heavens. The first resurrection literally is from the breathable atmosphere from the ground, probably about 20 miles up into the sky. In that whole region from 0 to 20 miles up, wrapping around the entire earth, is the extent most likely of the lower heavens of the breathable atmosphere, where the spirits of the dead live and exist. So if you are a king or a ruler of a nation and you've ever inspired or impressed your soldiers to go to war for any reason, you're not going to get past that level of the lower heavens until war is no longer on the planet. That's crazy, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? Imagine all the niggas who went to war, who inspired their nations to war. George Bush, even Barack, all of them niggas, they're not gonna ascend from the first resurrection until there's no more war on the planet. Come on, man. You could be there for 100. You could be there for 1,000 years, 100 years. It's just bound to the lower heavens. Meanwhile, those righteous souls who, like me, who don't war, we're gonna be way above station, way higher than the first resurrection. We're gonna be second resurrection, third resurrection. That's the highest levels of that breathable atmosphere, which we call heaven. Those higher levels of the heavens, there's no war there. There's no hatred there. There's no confusion about who the Creator is. There's nobody worshiping gods or lords or saviors in the higher heavens. They've all surpassed that wisdom and understanding through good works of service done unto others in worship of the Great Spirit, which gave them a spiritual grade that was high. You see what I'm saying? Through selfless service, your spiritual grade increases, but through selfishness, your spiritual grade decreases. For instance, let's just say you serve others 90% of the time. All your energy and your time is spent serving other people, 90% of what you do, and 10% you take and serve yourself a little taste. Well, guess what? According to OASP, your spiritual grade is at 90%, which means when you cross over, your spirit will enter the heavens where the 90th percent of the spirits of the highest raised spirits of the earth reside. You see that? That's why it behooves you to be a good person who serves others. It raises your spiritual grade so that when you pass over, you're not stationed bound in the lower heavens where there's still disorganization, there's still war, there's still confusion. That only exists on the ground. Wars only exist in the lower heavens and on the ground. There is no war in the second resurrection or the third resurrection. See that? And Owaspy tells you that any king, where was I at? And this is the bondage that I put upon all such as obey not my judgment, saith Creator, and conform thereto. They shall not rise above the first resurrection in heaven, while war remains on the earth. So until they begin to inspire people, hey, y'all, stop killing each other, stop the bombs, hey, weapons down. Until everybody on the planet learns peace, they're gonna be bound here in the lowest part of the heavens. Because your spirit is eternal. So it don't matter if it's 100 years, it don't matter if it's 1,000 years. You spilt the mess of war. You inspired the wars on the earth. That's your mess to clean up until it's gone. That's how cold the Creator is in Owaspy. If you inspire war on the earth, it's your job to clean it up until it's gone. It could take you 1,000 years. Imagine how many people been here that was warring way back in Egypt, 12,000 years ago. They're still here. The first resurrection, they haven't graduated yet. Yeah, the high raised angels in the second resurrection don't do that. Matter of fact, they're never mind. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but yeah. So let me keep going. I read that part that neither shall any king nor queen or any other ruler in all the world impress a soldier, right, to war. Boom. Neither will I more now here's a cold part too. Neither will I more consider the prayers of any king or queen or any ruler or any nation or people in all the world who engage in war, offensive or defensive, or who aid and abet war in any way whatsoever. I will abandon all such people, my lords and my righteous lords, and will abandon them, and my holy angels shall abandon them, and they shall be abandoned unto their own harvest of evil spirits, and to all manner of drusas, which are drugs, but are just spirits that are drugs. Drusas and drugs the same, evil spirit, evil men. It don't got nothing to do with race, nothing to do with black skin or black people or any a drug or a drusa could be any race. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. John Newell is racist to blacks. No, stop saying that. All right. Now this is the part that's cold. Now, when you're a nation that engages in war, right? What happens is the higher raised angels that are basically protecting y'all, they just say, okay, they want to be killers and murderers. Let's just go away from them. Because I'm not finna be around here. You know what I'm saying? They acting crazy. We out. That's basically what happens to the high raised angels. They just bounce. But what ends up happening as a result in those nations and kingdoms that engage in war is that they become afflicted with assassinations and despoilers and intriguers, rioters, right? Anarchy and riots and destruction. And ain't that what we see here in America today? We just saw Charlie Kirk get blown off. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of anarchy, riots. We didn't had George Floyd, all kind of anarchy and craziness going on with police riots and stuff, martial law, So we are already seeing, and I'm praying that, more people be inspired to live peacefully and shun war and really work for peace and righteousness, because I don't want the high raised angels who are our ancestors to remove themselves from us because we don't know how to stop killing each other. You know what I'm saying? That's diabolical to me. I love being inspired to higher light, to learning new things and elevating in the Creator's wisdom. I don't want the higher raised angels to dip. I pray that this doesn't happen, but I see the effects of it because we are a nation, not we, but the U.S. government is a government of war. And they are being afflicted with assassinations and despoilers and anarchy and with riots and destruction. For they shall be made to understand. That's what Jehovah said. Jehovah said, for they shall be made to understand that whoever Jehovah created alive is sacred upon the earth. What did Oaspi say? Creator in Oaspi said, whoever I created alive is sacred upon the earth. Whoever. And whoever heedeth not these my judgments sinneth against the Almighty. Behold, it is not sufficient apology for them to say, oh, an evil king will come upon my country and possess it. I say unto thee, O man, all countries are Jehovah's. Be thou his servant unto peace and righteousness, having faith in him. Behold, thy God hath come to put away old things and give unto you the kingdoms of Jehovah, as they are his exalted heavens. Heed thou the judgments of thy God, the true God. Thou cannot stay the hand of the Almighty. So in that verse, I just started from verse 22 and read down to verse 32. But Jehovah's clearly stating that everybody that I created alive is sacred. Every human being that you see on the planet is sacred. And nobody has the right to say, like Homie was saying, he was trying to say this earlier. Well, what if these babies that not Jehovah, but that Yahweh or whatever God, the biblical God told them to kill, what if they was going to grow up to be, people who enslave us and chop up our penises? Which is crazy. But in Oaspi, it answered the question directly. It states that, behold, it's not sufficient apology for anybody to say that, oh, I did this war or I killed these people, because what if an evil king or evil person comes upon my country to possess it? That's why I'm engaging in war, because these people might become evil to my people. They might grow up one day and enslave us and chop off our male parts. That's what the brother was saying to me earlier tonight. That's why he sanctioned the war and the killing of the offspring of the suckling children of the Amalekites. Jehovah said, no, trick no good, player. That's not an excuse, dog. Oh, they might come up and attack us. We have to kill them now. No, that's not an excuse. That's the same excuse that Pharaoh used against the Hebrews. He was scared that they were going to join with his enemies and come attack him. That's why he demanded that all the baby boys be thrown in the Nile River and eaten up by the alligators, because he was scared that the Hebrew people might take over his land, which it ain't his land. All the countries are Jehovah's. Every single nation on the planet is the Creator's land. It's all his. You don't got a right to war over none of it. But you see how crazy, how dark we become because we've been clinging to the Bible for so long, in this religion of war and blood and sacrifices, and you going to hell if you don't believe me and read this book and the Bible's infallible, all this bullshit. Bro, no, I'm not doing that no more. I got 2 eyes and a brain that thinks perfectly fine, and I can comprehend what I read. And I can comprehend that whatever God is telling me to go to war is not the Creator. And when I read in Oaspi, the Creator tells me what happens to people who go to war, and they're not going to ascend to the higher heavens until there is no more war on the planet. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be stuck here, bound for hundreds of thousands of years, all because I wanted to go become a